All right, guys, I think we're back up. Let's see if everybody can kind of return here. Let's see if anybody's still out there. Got 2 viewers. Let's see if everybody wants to come on back. I just started another stream. I did a reboot. Let's see if we can get everybody back. I don't know why. I don't know what happened there, guys. I can't explain why everything got so slow. I'm showing everything's working here. Let's see. We are back up. Got good audio so far. Just waiting for guys to jump on so we can talk about some stuff. 3 viewers. Let's see. Oh, Alan Gentry, you're in the house. Alan's back in here. Let's see who else we got. If you guys just want to hop back on. Pilot Jerry's back. As you guys get on, just give me thumbs up and let me know if y'all are receiving me now. I just did a whole reboot of the computer and just started the stream again. Matt M is back. Yeah, version 2 stream. Victor RC says, yeah, this is stream version 2. I'll have to change the title. So, let's see. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just a big old bog down and slow down for whatever reason. I don't know why that happened. So, let me see. Let's see, Victor RC, Matt M's back. Seaboard Racing, hola. Sound video okay. Floppy props, wobbly wheels. Thanks for coming back, guys. Let's just let everybody jump back on. I'm showing up to 8 viewers now. And if everybody wants to jump back on, we'll start talking about some things. Let's see here. See if everybody's coming back on here. All right, 7 guys, still waiting for more. Feel free to ask questions, guys. Smoke them if you got them. Okay, more guys are coming on. Take a little Slim Jim break here. Let's see, Christmas shopping online. Yeah, I don't know why that happened. That was strange. I've never seen that big of a slowdown before. Let's see what we got. Okay, more viewers getting on. All right, I'm able to send messages, it looks like. 11 guys coming back. I want to get into talking about some of these things. In fact, whoever's on right now, go ahead and audio video good from Seaboard Racing. Seaboard Racing. Feel free, guys. Send questions while we're waiting for everybody coming back on. I appreciate you guys coming back. Up to 13 guys now. Audio and video is good. All right. Stream quality says excellent condition now. So, I don't know if any of you guys know anything about this stuff. I don't know if we need like a signal booster or something, or maybe it's just my computer. I mean, my computer's an i7 processor, and it usually does fairly well. So, maybe I need something. I'm getting ready to actually get a faster computer, so let's see. Good audio, video. And let's see if everybody comes back here. Got 4 likes. Let's see if we can salvage the show, because I want to get into the REFLEX, guys. I want to get into all of the stands. You can see I have right here one of these ERNST Ultra stands. I got one right here. And then, of course, I got the other one set up on the Corsair, the Mega stand, so they're really nice. I do have links in the description down below if you guys want the stands. We don't get any kind of commission or anything. The guys at ERNST Manufacturing, good audio video from Alan Gentry, the guys at ERNST Manufacturing were way cool to send these out, folks. This is pretty nice, actually, because best of all, folks, right here, made in the USA, baby. These are all made here, and they come packaged like this. You can see how nice the package is. It's just 3 main parts to it. It's pretty simple. And then there's also the Mega stand. Here, let me put this here. This is actually part number, order number, part number, let's see, 158. There it is. And just check the links below in the description of the video to where to get it. ERNST makes some nice stuff. They've been around for a while, but they got at RC, but they got back in. This is the box for the Mega stand. Mega stand's a little different because it's got, you can see right here, it's got 2 much larger which we'll look at that over here. Much larger openings for bigger airplanes. You can see there's an 1100 millimeter, or sorry, 1700 millimeter P-51. That might be a 90 millimeter free wing F-22. So sabers and all kinds of stuff. So this is part number 170. Again, check the links below. Once again, folks, if you want to support a U.S. company, this is it. Made in the USA, baby. So check them out. You know, check it out there at ERNST Manufacturing. All right, let's see. We got guys coming on left and right here. Guys are showing up. We're going to get into this, and we'll talk about this one first, I think. Good audio and video. Thanks for coming back, guys. I do appreciate that. JCB67's back. Floppy props and wobbly wheels. Alan Gentry. Michael Rajka. Rich sounds and looks great. Finally. Gab Street. Lafella. Sorry, messaged you. Didn't realize you were streaming. Yeah, that was from Gab. Says that. Fly Less is back. All right, guys. So let's get into real quick one of these airplane stands. These are super, super nice. They come just like you see them here from ERNST. They're probably one of the nicer airplane stands around that I've seen. And what we'll do is we'll get one together to show you how simple this thing is to assemble. Thanks to the guys at ERNST. They got more RC products coming out, and they got tool organization stuff too. But you see how this comes apart. You just open this baby up, and it's got this part here, which is the stand that holds the airplane. And get the plastic off here, and the covering has the instructions right here, guys, for putting the foam on. So it's really pretty simple how this goes together. And then it has, again, these two arms that hold everything. It's got these little clips, which we'll show you here. It's got two foam pads right there to get this thing in place. All right, 19 guys are here. Guys are coming back. Hey, all. Dad's RC Hangar's here. Les Burnham's back. And but here's the bottom part. There's the tray. It's really nice because you can put stuff in it. I actually, for this one down here, I've been putting my wrenches and all that stuff in it. And it's nice to support that. It actually holds, you know, your glue and stuff too. So you can kind of stick those in there. This is kind of at an angle. But anything you put in here while you're working on the plane, it's kind of nice to be able to do that. So, and then assembly is pretty simple. All you have to do is just put these in here. And that is it. So put that down there, and all you have to do is take these foam pads right here. It's pretty simple. You just put them together. You peel off the backing here. I already put a bunch of these together. You can see I got one for the Corsair right here. They come in all different colors, so if you check the product page, you'll be able to see that. I got one here for the DYNAM Skytrain there, C-47. You hold these together. I'll try and center this so y'all can see how this is. It's pretty straightforward. And then you just kind of line it up with where you about approximately where the middle is. And it's not permanently stuck. If you get it on there wrong, you can peel it off and get it going again. And then you just wrap these around. And make sure it goes far enough under. If you have to stretch it a little, you can. But you can see how nice. These are just super awesome. These are some nice airplane stands. Again, if you got to peel it off, you can put it back on. And then you've got these little clips. Comes with these little tiny clips. Give you all a close-up of that here in a second. All right, 22 guys. Guys are coming back. Douglas, let's see, Douglas Neff, Rich, looks good. Worked with 6S and 8S yesterday from South Africa. All right, shout out where you guys are from. These are the clips right here. These are your little clips that come with this thing. And then all you have to do is just take these and you put them right on the back side here. So you can see how the foam goes on there. It just wraps right around. And then with the flat side downward, you just take this thing, slide it in place, and you can see how that looks. It just kind of locks right in there. It goes around the back side. Right there, and that's it. That clip keeps that foam piece from coming off. So you just do that to the other side, and you've got your stand is done. So really nice way to use plastic. It's a very nice format. You can see how simple it is to get this ERNST stand up and going. See, it says ERNST Ultra Stand. Let me see if that'll show up. Yeah, ERNST Ultra Stand. There you go, folks. So, and that just plugs right in. The nice thing is you can transport your plane with this. And it's also easy to transport because it just, you know, it comes apart pretty much that easy, you know, to transport. So not a big deal at all. Very nice. Here, I'll get the other side done. While we're waiting on guys, 27 guys are back. Appreciate y'all coming back. We'll get this other side on again. Really easy to do this. Just peel that away. Don't stick it to itself. That's the other thing, emergency. If you stick it to itself, it's like it's not coming off. It's pretty tough. But it will come off. It will come off this part, the plastic, if you need it to. So it actually may not be a bad idea to rub this down with alcohol, make sure anything stuff is off of it. But the ones I put together, it seems to stick pretty good overall. So you just get that on there. Just make sure it's lined up properly. Again, we'll just roll that around the edge. Make sure enough of it gets around the edge. If it doesn't, just kind of peel it up and get it back on there. But there should be enough. They measure this pretty, actually that didn't come out that good, did it? Here, let's do this. Let's get it, I'm gonna stretch mine just a hair. Let's see, that's going on correctly, it looks like. Yeah, if you need to stretch it just a little bit, you can. You don't wanna go too crazy, but wrapping this around the edge. There, that one came out pretty good. So, and that is it, boys. That is on there. Again, we'll get our clips on there. Again, comes with 4 clips. Let's see here. We'll take these, put these on again while guys are getting back online here. We'll stick these in place. See how these go in here. And that slides right on. Let's see, we'll get this in there. All right, there we go. You guys can see that, how nice that goes on there really well. And then here, we'll get this one going. Let's see, we'll stick this in place. That just goes on, and that is it. Flat side down. There's probably a little better angle. You can see right there how that's on there, and that's your final product. It's all on there, and you're ready to put airplanes on it and transport stuff around. Again, the back side of this just shows you some of the colors. And you can see the airplanes on there, and then you've got your instructions. It seems to be a very easy way. Check it out here, guys, at ERNST Manufacturing right here. Again, links in the description below. I already put that there at the bottom for you guys to have in advance. So really, really sweet. So that's it, folks. Nice stand overall. Let me switch. I'm going to switch to a different camera here real quick. That might be the thing that's bogging us down. So that's kind of part of this too, is to test out some of my my streaming stuff here. So let me see if I can swap cameras again, and let's see if any of the slowdown happens. I'm looking at some of the messages here. Let's see, tuning in from, Pay It Forward RC. Rich tuning in from South Carolina, home of Joe Knoll. Yep. Mike Keller's here. Hello, Rich and everyone. Hey, thanks for coming, Mike, again. Love that plane stand. Have 3 very handy. Yep. Capital R. Seaboard Racing's from Kansas. So awesome, awesome. All right, looks like we're showing good, good audio, good video. Let's try a camera swap real quick. I'm going to go over to a different camera. Let me swap something real quick. I'm hoping this doesn't slow us down. If this does, that might be what's been kind of causing our stuff happening here. So let's give this a shot. I'm just going to switch this over, and let's see what we get here. It really shouldn't matter, but there's a shortage on everything, so stream is very solid right now. Yep, thanks for the report. Let me switch this over. And it could be, you guys should have the Corsair now, and it could very well be the camera switching and stuff. And I've got cameras, I've got a switcher coming and everything. So let me move on over here. You guys should see the Corsair. Give me a thumbs up and everything if you guys are getting everything okay. Here we are again. Thumbs up if you guys are good. Stream looks very stable. I don't see any lagging or anything going on now. So anyway, I'm going to put this prop back on that we just took off in the last, the version 1 of this video. So now they're on the version 2. I'll put this baby back in place. and see how that goes. Again, you can see the size difference in these props. So let's see. Yep, we see it. You guys got it? All right, well, here's the ERNST Mega Stand. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to be plugging some stuff in. So I am actually going to leave this off. That might be a safer way to go. Let's just stick that all back on. This is the ERNST Mega Stand. You see how nice this baby is. I may have some suggestions for the ERNST guys too to maybe even improve this just a little bit more, but you see right here, see how nice this stand is. Basically same stand, just with larger arms, larger carry arms, so it'll hold a bigger airplane like this Corsair. So you can see the end pieces and everything. They go on pretty much the same way, just a larger piece of foam that they have set up, and then of course angled arms. So really cool how this thing goes on there. So very impressive, the size of the stand and how well it'll hold a big airplane. Plus you can tilt it, you know, as long as you've got it somewhere on the edge of a table. Similar to the FMS stand, you can tilt it a bit and get in on things and, you know, shoot video from here and all that, which is kind of nice. So but nice big stand all the way around. You can see it here kind of in all its glory and how nice it is. And again, it breaks down for transport, so you know, it makes life pretty easy here. So, but anyway, feel free to throw questions out there, guys, on this thing, and we will. I'm going to switch the camera back, and Larry here, Nye, is from Scotland. He's back. Good to see you. I'll switch us back here, and my camera is off all of a sudden. I don't know why I am not there. Let's see. Oh wait, that's because I got my, I am here. I just got my camera turned. Here we go. Let's put this back to where it was. There we go. We're back in business now. So I was thinking, oh no, don't need more technical difficulties. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Still good. Nice stand. That looks solid. Hey, Rich, when is FMS going to put those props for the Corsair in their kits? It's going to happen just as soon as possible. Probably all the new airplanes are going to have it in it. So, so that'll be coming whenever. In fact, for everything from here on out, probably is going to have the new prop in it. So, if you guys, again, check the links in the description below. If you guys already bought a V3 Corsair and it has the prop that's not really pulling so hard, they'll send you another. Just send them proof of purchase. All those links are down below. And then in the last video I just did of the 6-cell and the 8-cell flying, it's in that video as well too. So just contact FMS direct. I think Horizon's gonna be doing that too, but I hadn't heard from them about how exactly that's happening. Let's see, Rad RC. G'day from Brisbane, Australia. That's awesome. Captain Mike Keller, glitch free today. Yeah, so far we're glitch free. So. But let's see. All right. Any questions, guys, on the FMS Corsair prop or the ERNST stands? The stands are super nice. And the new prop is awesome. Here's the rundown on the propeller. We talked about it in version 1 of the video. Now that we're on version 2. Here's the rundown on the prop. There's many configurations you can run with this. And I don't know what FMS is going to ultimately settle on for this. Les Burnham says, can you get the stand in England? That I'm not sure. Check on the ERNST manufacturing website right up where it is here. And down below in the description, I'll have the link for you. Just click there and see if if they can send you one over there. Here's the rundown on the prop. I don't know what the final configuration ultimately will be for the plane. I know that they're selling them now, and the current airplane comes with an 80 amp ESC and a 300 kV motor. With the new propeller that they're going to give everybody, okay, which is actually this one. That's the old prop. This is the new one here. It's awesome. On 6S, it flies fantastic, and you can see that from the previous video that we just did. Flies great with this. And what I did is I put that 120 amp ESC in it and tried different configurations, and that speed controller specifically will handle 8S. So with the 120 amp ESC, I was able to put 8S in there, and I was drawing a lot more amps, about 100 to 110 roughly, and it flew fantastic on 8S too. So if you want to keep it stock, run it on 6S, you're going to have a good time flying it. It flies fantastic, just as you saw in my previous video, so be sure to check that out. But if you want more power, Go with a higher amp ESC. The Predator 120 works fantastic. Pay It Forward says, Rich, is FMS going to upgrade the ESC or will the stock be good enough? The stock is good enough on the 80 amp ESC is good enough if you're only going to run 6S. It's fine. And it runs well. The plane flies great scale, good performance. But if you guys want to do 8S, that's just something I tried and it worked well. You either need that Predator 120 ESC or just another ESC that will, you know, handle 8S. That's probably at least 120 amps or something. So, hey guys, I really appreciate everybody coming back. We got 43 guys here. That's pretty good for having a crappy stream or whatever. So, there's other, but there's so many configurations you can run. I'm gonna pick my guess that FMS is gonna leave this as a 300 kV motor, an 80 amp ESC with the new propeller for 6S. That's probably what they're going to do. My recommendation for that to them was, why don't we make it a 6S and an 8S airplane? Just include a 130 amp ESC. That might drive, or the 120 amp ESC, that might drive the price up a little bit. Okay, but it gives you the versatility of being able to put a 6S for scale flying or put an 8S in it for way more power. So I love flying it on 8S. It's just awesome. There's one configuration I really hadn't tried yet, which I may do out at the field, and that is I may put the 360 kV motor in it and run it on 8S. But you're still going to need 120 or more speed controller in it because in the stock configuration with the 80 amp ESC and the new propeller on 6S, it's drawing about 68 to 70 amps, which is great. So if you up the motor or the battery, you're going to be burning more than that, and it's only an 80 amp ESC. So it just depends on what way the factory decides to go. Anytime they up the speed controller or an electrical component like that, it just drives the price of the airplane up. Not ridiculous, I don't think, but anyway, that would be my ultimate configuration / suggestion, okay, for the FMS factory, would be to just take the new airplane, leave the 300 kV motor in it, just put a 120 amp 8S ESC, and that way guys can run it on 6 for scale, or they can run it on 8 for more power. That would be my suggestion, because the battery compartment's big. You don't have to modify the battery compartment at all. All you gotta do is just decide, do you want a 6S to fly today, or you want an 8S to fly today? It's pretty nice to have that option, and I love the new airplane flying it that way. So I hope that answers everybody's questions on the prop, but it's not up to me, it's kind of up to FMS. The other thing about running this airplane on 8S, the new prop, as we talked about in the version 1 of this video, before we had the lags and stuff, is this has an aluminum backplate in the back. And here I'll switch over here, and you guys can see that aluminum backplate's really nice. They did a good job putting that on there. I am running it on 8S, which is not really something that the factory has necessarily approved. You know, they did say that the motor can handle 8S, but I was also drawing 110 amp static on the ground, which means in the air it's pulling less than that. Probably, I could take a guess, maybe say 70 or 80 or 60 or maybe 70, 80, so who knows. But regardless, the factory really hasn't tested their airplane on 8S. I did, but you know, who knows? I could be risking the prop breaking off or whatever. But I don't think so. The RPM didn't seem that crazy fast, but it was fast enough that it sounded like a race car and it performed well. The vertical was unlimited. On 8S, it just goes up and out of sight. It's awesome. So if you guys run 8S in this, for now, do it at your own risk, that kind of thing, because you know, it's not really something FMS has necessarily approved. I just did it because I wanted to see if it would work. And because the airplane's bigger, it just seems like an FMS. It just seems like it's an 8S airplane. Although it'll fly great with the new prop, which is what this baby is. It'll fly great with the new prop on 6S with the 300 kV motor and the 80 amp speed controller. So there you have it. Let's see. Some of the messages guys are leaving me here. Any chance they might make new upgrade props for the older 1700 millimeter planes so that they will fly like this one? Possibly, although like we just talked about, this prop, in the version 1 of this video, these props are interchangeable. Just make sure if you buy the prop blades, you also buy the hub, because the new hub has an aluminum backplate. The old hub, you know, does not. So let me get this off of here. and you'll see it fits just fine. It's the same motor, prop shaft, same prop drive shaft, you know, so it fits. This is the old airplane. This is the version 2, I think, version 1, version 2, with the new propeller blade on. So yes, you can put that on there, but don't try to put the new blades into the old hub. It might fit, but it doesn't have the aluminum backplate, you see? It doesn't have it like this one does. So if you get the new prop and new hub, do it together. You can probably run it on the old plane. Just verify that you're drawing, you know, less than 80 amps, preferably about 70, which you probably will be. There's just more pitch and more bite in this blade. So yeah, I haven't tried it myself, but it should be okay. Let's see. Mike Keller says, where would you buy 8S stuff for FMS Super Scorpion 90mm? Just ESC or a motor also? Probably need a new motor too, because it might overtemp it, might overspeed it too, because usually with a higher battery count, higher voltage, you usually need slightly less kV, so you're not over boosting stuff and overheating stuff. Let's see, Mike Keller, or just put a Platinum FMS whole fan unit in. Yeah, actually that's what I do. If you can put a Platinum fan or a different fan, you need a fan unit that'll handle 8S, that's all. Let's see, I'm chomping at the bit for more speed. Yeah, you know what they say, speed's just a question of money. How fast do you want to go? You know, you can always go faster by pouring more money into it, that's for sure. What is it, what's the old saying? No bucks, no Buck Rogers. That's right out of Right Stuff, you know. Whoever gets the funding, baby, gets the technology, and whoever gets the technology stays on top, right? Let's see. Captain Mike Keller, no, I never put this on a prop balancer. I just ran it, and it didn't shake or anything, so it should be good. Papa Boozer said, missed it. Mary Boozer's on here, or Papa Boozer's on here, missed it. What's the new size of the stock prop? The new stock prop's an 18-inch. Which is what I have on here now. This is the new prop on the really old airplane. And this is the original one, which was a 17-inch. So the new one is, you know, the old one's a 1710. The new one is like a 18, probably 12 or 13. Again, they hadn't told me. I don't know why that's such a secret in China. I'm sure they're going to tell me here soon. But they've been on vacation. They're getting back in, so hopefully I'll get that info from them. I'll pass that on to you, exactly the size. Again, I just don't have the, it doesn't say what the prop size or what the pitch is. Let's see. Corsair did look killer on 8S. Yes, I love the Corsair now. The FMS 1700mm Corsair on 8S is bad, and it's cool as heck. It's definitely the way to go. Jim Valim said, did you upgrade the ESC? Yes, I went with a 120 amp 8S, so I could put 8S in it. Let's see. Hey, Rich and all. Corsair looks good. Yep. Papa Boozer, hope you're doing well. Let's see. Old prop 1710. New prop is 18. I think it's a 12 or 13. They haven't told me yet, so it's a mystery. I wish they would just tell me and let me know. Let's see. Where are we going to be able to get this prop? It's going to come with the newer kits from here on out. But anybody that has one beforehand, that's for Jeko's 56. Anybody that got the V3 Corsair, the new one, and has the older prop, the prop that didn't, you know, just check the links below in the description and you'll see it all on there. It'll tell you where to get it. There's an email from FMS for it. And you can also check with Horizon. If you purchased it from Horizon, they'll probably get you something, get you one for it too. So just as soon as they get those manufactured and out, we'll go. So anyway, let's get on to upgrading the Corsair. And let's talk about here, we already discussed all this other stuff. Let's get into the REFLEX V2, baby. Let's see what we can do with that. I'm dying to show you guys how this sets up. I actually just did it last night, and I am going to make a quick another manual swap here, guys. So I'm just reconnecting a different camera just to give you guys a little bit of a better view. So I'm going to swap that out. Let's hope we don't get lag. It might be the camera switching I'm doing. And again, I got a camera switching because ultimately I'm probably going to have 4 cameras in this shop. So I have, you know, different views for everybody to show you more close-up things, more detail, and so forth. So let's see what we got. Stream is still showing excellent condition. Got 45 guys watching. Let's talk REFLEX now, folks. We're going to see if we can get this booted up and get this to everybody as best as we can. So let's do this. Let me go to the new cam position. This is one you guys probably have not seen before. So let me know if you guys are having any problems. This is just so you guys can see my my computer screen and what I'm looking at here. This is my my dual screen for everything. And the reflex. Reflex is pretty simple. Oh yeah, okay, Renee, oh, that's a hard one. Leonje from Panama is here. That's awesome. Good to see somebody from Panama here. Captain Mike Keller, yep, still glitch free. Thank you very much. I appreciate the update. I need all the updating help I can get. Here's the Reflex 2, folks. This is mostly a non-US product, but FMS is setting this up so it can be put into all of their airplanes. And some are going to have it, some are not. So, but here's the Reflex, and it's really nice because it's a standalone unit that just passes through the receiver. And you can put it on any FMS airplane, and there's a database that you can get to and flash or load in the specs for this thing, for the specific FMS airplane that you're going to be flying it on. So it comes with the actual Reflex unit itself, and then it also comes with a subsea USB cable, you know, so you can do the upgrade. So let me put this stuff over here. And then it comes with all the cables to connect. And we're going to do this first time. I have not actually done this yet, so we're going to show you guys this in the Corsair. I'm going to put this in there and put some stabilization in it. Not that the Corsair needs it, but you know, it'll probably help it out. And then it comes with some instructions here in about 14,000 different languages. So it's a huge thing. And it shows you here on the computer, shows you how to connect everything, and we'll talk about that here when we get it in the Corsair. And then it shows you the different screens and the different you know, software stuff you can get into. And for example, right here, let me zoom in a little bit, and we'll talk about this here in closer detail here. But you can see, for example, with the A10, you can see it has a list of all the different airplanes that you could choose that FMS has. And then you can update the software so that the gains and the throws and everything, or the gains I should say, are correct for your airplane. So it's awesome. So there'll be a database. So there's no mystery to programming, you know, your controller, your Reflex here. It's already going to be. Let me see if I can get close in on this. It's already going to be on FMS's website, and we're going to go in there and see if we can show you that stuff. So here's what you got. You've got all your connections here, channel 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this goes into your, it says S-Bus PPM. Are we slowing down again? Is everybody receiving this? No data? You have got to be kidding me. No, now it says excellent. All right, I got a momentary kind of stop here, folks. Is everybody getting this okay? I saw a momentary stop, but it looks like we're back. Text me if you guys are having any issues at all. I had a momentary freeze there, but it looks like everything's working again. I'm still showing excellent condition on the screen, on the stream, so let me know, guys. Oh, I'm getting another message again. What the heck? Let's see, it's locked up on my end. All right, it looks like it's, it says not receiving enough video again. What on earth is going on? Yeah, it's back. What the heck? What is going on with this thing? I'm really not sure, guys, what exactly is happening here, or why we're not getting enough video to maintain smooth streaming. I'm really not sure why that's going down. This is unbelievable. I'm really not sure why there's a slowdown suddenly. I'm not really doing anything that much different here. Let's see. It's back in Florida. All right, let's see. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain streaming. Okay now, just to freeze. Are you guys getting everything okay? Because I'm showing everything's working all right now. I'm showing that it's that we're doing okay. I can still see everything okay. Looks fine from North Carolina. Give me some thumbs up, guys. Let me know what's happening, because I'm actually still showing a message here, but everything on my end looks like it's flowing okay. So I got 48 guys here, so let me know. Give me thumbs up. Everybody who's watching, see you and hear you. Everything's okay? It locked for a second, just froze, and then it started working again. So send me some messages. Let me know if y'all are okay for me. What if it does? Yes now. Okay, glitch, then came back. Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was strange. Well, let's go with it, and just keep updating me, guys, if you're having any problems. I really don't know what's going on with it, but we seem okay now. So let's just go with it. Again, channel 1, 2, 3, 4 plugs in right here, and then you have your PPM mode and all that, and then your actual aileron, elevator, throttle, rudder, throttle. I'm going to leave the throttle actually off of this. They all plug right into here. So your servos go in here, this goes into your receiver, and that's pretty much. Here's your data load port. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll connect this thing right now. I'll get this off. Let me zoom out just a little bit here. This thing is probably, the computer's probably having a tough time processing the other cameras here. Alaska's fine. Got Dexter Tucker from Alaska. Thanks for coming. And again, Larry Guy, okay, in Scotland. So if he's getting in Scotland, man, we must be good. The messages must be false here. So, well, anyway, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to plug this in and get this ready to upload, okay, to program this. I actually did program it last night, but we're going to try to do it again, okay, if my computer will allow me to do it. So, and if we got good streaming. Robert says, working now, pay it forward. Everybody says it's good, so yeah, we'll go with it. Let me look down here. You can see I'll manipulate here. I'm still getting this message, not getting enough, but I got 57 guys. I got more guys here than before, and I'm not getting any lag. So anyway, here's your box, and it's got this nice 3M tape, you know, on the back of it, and it's ready to be secured. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to switch us over. I have to actually load another program, which I don't really want to do now, but I don't really have a choice. I'm going to go ahead and start up here the internet here and see if we can get, let me close that. Here, let me put, let me get another window. Let me type in FMS model. Let me pull them up here. Let's see if we can get to their main page. Okay, I think you guys can probably see this okay. All right, there's the FMS site, and I'm going to pull this up. And if you guys can see this all right, which I think you all can, you guys should be picking this up all right. There's the FMS site, and let me know if you guys can see that okay. We should be on there all right. Let me go back to here. Everybody's got thumbs up. This gyro has advantages beyond having pre-programmed in FMS birds. Yeah, faster, smoother. Yeah, so let's go back here to the website, and you guys can see where I'm at here. And in fact, let me split. I'm going to see if I can split this page here so I can show you guys this stuff. Let me go with, I'm going to try this way. Let's see. Let's go full screen on this. And just tell me, folks, if you're not, for whatever reason, not getting this. But here's your page. I'm going to put, real quick, I'm going to pull this up on my post here on my YouTube channel, actually, on my phone, and see if we're doing, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to delay for 1 second because I'm going to try and pull this up. Let's see, 51 guys are watching. Okay, you guys should be able to see this okay. Let me make sure we got the whole page up here. This is where we're at. And all you have to do is go right here to Reflex and click on it. Okay, and once you click on that and you go to Reflex, this will give you right down here, right here, a program update, okay? And it'll let you go ahead and update this thing. In fact, I'm going to try this even a different way. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to a different page where I can show you guys directly. This is like, should be a direct screenshot. And I'm going to try to pull that up for everybody. Let me go to Properties. Let me pull this up. Let's try FMS. There we go. And let's see if you guys can get this. Do you guys see this okay? This is actually a better version if it's going to work, I hope. So let me see if you all are seeing this okay. This is just direct on the FMS. I'm actually on the FMS webpage to show you guys this stuff. And you guys should be able to see this okay. Give me a thumbs up if you guys are getting that all right. What's up, Rich? Jeff Custom RC. RC friend, are you love the show? Yep, thanks for watching, guys. 60 guys on board, so I appreciate it. You guys should be seeing the Reflex page right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Program Update here. And that should bring us up to this program. So if you guys have to download this thing, this is all you got to do. So mine goes over to Dropbox, but basically, essentially what you have to do is you hit download and go to direct download. This is how mine works because I have it hooked up to my Dropbox. But however you can get the program, I'm going to show it to you down here in the lower left-hand corner. I'm going to show it to you in the folder. So once you download it, you're going to have your folder, and it'll look something like this. I have a third version because I already downloaded this whole thing. You can see me there. There's my daughter down there. Some of the planes from Mary Boozer here. But you're going to get this in a, I think it's a an archive file. So you're going to open this up. You're going to archive this, or you're going to unarchive it with whatever WinZip program or whatever you have. And ultimately, what you're going to see, and you're actually looking in my computer right now. So what you're going to actually see, you want to make sure that you have, is you want to make sure, and I'm going to get to my file because I got a lot of stuff in here. I made a Reflex V2 file, and you should see something like this. And it's going to say FMS Param V2. So you're going to download this file, and you'll get this file in there. And actually, if you look down in the lower right-hand corner of my screen, you'll see right here that I put it in my lower bar so I can access it at any time. But you should have ICO, images, login, param, okay, and then the actual main program here, which looks like a little recycling symbol in green or whatever. So I don't know why Word is opening. I must have tapped on that by mistake. Let me close that. Let me shut that down. I don't need that. All right, I don't know why that's there. Did I just close the wrong one? Well, anyway, here's what you got right here. You should have these 5 or 4 folders with FMS param. And let me make sure you guys are, still seeing me okay. Are we getting quality here? Is everybody still with me? Send me some messages. Let me know you guys are still on board with all this. And let's see where we're at here. Guys, still on board? Somebody just text me something. Let me know if you all are here. Okay. All right. Douglas Neft is still here. All right, very good. So let me get back to OBS. And let me see, are you guys getting this? It looks almost like it's froze again, but I am not sure. Let me see. Can't see anything. Ah, geez, you got to be kidding me. Is this going on again? I don't understand what the heck is going on. I can't see anything again. I don't know what's up with that. All right, well, I don't know what. Technical difficulties. Now I see the mouse. Okay. We should be on to the next part here. Let me try going back here. Let me get out of this. Let me get out of this part here and go back to the regular cam, and let's see if everybody can see this. Is everybody back on the camera? We should all be there now. Let's see. Hi all. Let's see if everybody can see where we're at here. I'm back down to the regular. Let's see. I think the chat delayed. That's all. Not seeing what you're describing. Okay, we should be back, guys, on the main screen here. And I should be able to get you all to, you guys should be seeing the FMS site. Let's go back on there real fast. Or let me, once you got it uploaded, let me kill this actually, because I don't think we need this anymore. What I'm gonna do now, you guys got it? You guys okay? Let me see if y'all got it. What we're gonna do to get this rolling now, if everything's working okay, I'm gonna go to the lower hand corner of my screen, okay, which you guys should be able to see right down here. And you want to click on that green icon down there, which again, I downloaded that. And what you're going to do is you're going to get this thing, okay? This should show you, this is the actual program that you get, okay, from FMS. You download it off the website. And I'm still showing we got streaming going on here, so give me thumbs up. You guys are still good. Thanks, guys. Robert Snelius is here. Pay It Forward. Larry Nye. Okay, this is the program you're going to see. Welcome to FMS Model World. You can see right on this side, aircraft selection. It lets you pick all of the airplanes, okay, that you can kind of load or unload or load up to your box here. So that's what we're going to do with this thing. So let me slide this over just a little bit so I can actually see kind of both of these at the same time, and you guys can see what's happening. So we're going to get this thing ready to go. So what we're going to do is simply take our reflex and we're going to connect it. I'm going to take this thing, I'm going to put it right into the side of the machine here, and it should give us a little tone, which I probably can't hear because I got the volume off on there. And we're also going to get a little red light. You can see there was a red light. It's flashing in there. I think you can probably see that down in there. There you can see it flashing, like right there. There it is. It's flashing for everybody. And then once that's in there, you're going to select the airplane, okay, that you want to put this in. So you can scroll down, go to, you know, any airplane you want to load up into there, and it'll tell you. So you can go Skytrainer, you know, you can go 980 millimeter P40, CJ6, and it'll show you a picture. This picture will just keep changing for everybody. Here, I'll try to get my head out of the way. Sorry about that, guys. And then let's just go right to, you know, right to where the heck is it? Go right to the file I'm looking for, which is the 1700 millimeter F4. Now they got version 2, but I think they really meant version 3. So I'm going to turn the volume up just a little bit here. We might get an echo. I don't know if it's going to give me the volume or not, but it'll give you a tone. And then it also gives you instructions right down here in the middle, or installation instructions. It gives you a picture here of where they actually want you to hook the airplane up to this thing. So I'll try to zoom in here just a little bit so you guys can see. It gives you right here exactly where they suggest putting it in the airplane. Now, you can probably put it wherever you want, but they do show that right on the screen. So that should be all we really need. So what we'll do is we'll go to 1700 millimeter F4U right here, okay? And you know, you heard the tone. Okay, very good. I'm going to go right here and I'm going to double click, and I'm going to, you'll see the airplane come up, F4U version 2, which is really version 3, and I'm going to press OK. And it should give us a little tone. And what that tone means is that it has loaded it in there. And you can see the About screen right here tells you which one is actually loaded into the reflex right here. So that'll give it away, or should tell you easily, you know, which one you have loaded in here. So if you disconnect this, for example, okay, you'll see all the About information goes away right here. But when I plug it back in, you'll get a tone again, and you should have come up here as it's loading. It should tell us exactly which airplane is in there. And it says 1700 millimeter F4U Corsair, when the software date was, the upgrade version and serial number and all that stuff. And that's really it, folks. That is how you flash and just sort of upgrade or set up your reflex system, okay, with the correct airplane. And again, there's so many of them. There's Super Easy, not that you need, the F7F, Tiger Cat, Ranger, BAE Hawk. All the FMS airplanes are already here in the database. So that makes setting your gains on this thing, you know, about as easy as it gets. I mean, that's pretty simple to be able to, you know, just set that up like that. And you can see it's still flickering. And one interesting thing to note, and I don't know if it's going to show it to me here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to reflash this one more time. I'm going to get close on this again so I can show you guys a few things about this that's pretty neat. Let me reflash this. Let me double click on the Corsair. Let me go back to here. Double click on that and I'll press OK. Okay, and now what it should do is it just flashed it again or just set it up. Normally you see these things running and operating, and you'll see these things move. And anytime you rotate this or move this, you'll see those lines moving to indicate that it's actually correcting for actually pitch, for roll, and for yaw. Now, for whatever reason, it's not showing it to me right now. I don't know why they're not operating. maybe just processing power. But you'll see these lines move, and anytime you do a displacement of this thing, whether it be roll, yaw, or pitch, you'll get a readout in these lines indicating that that's what that it's actually operating and correcting correctly. So anyway, and that's about it, guys. We'll disconnect this. I don't think there is an undocking procedure for this. Normally there's an undock in here. Oh, maybe there is. Here, safely remove hardware. Let's see, that's eject the media. So I don't know, you know, actually I'm not sure which one that's connected to. So I'm actually not going to do that because I don't want to I don't want to upset my computer anymore. So I'm just going to kind of pull it out of there. If I have to, I'll just reload it if we need to in the future. So and that's it. Okay, you guys are hearing everything okay? You guys got all the tones? Very good. I appreciate you guys letting me know that. Let me close this program out. Let me swap my cameras back. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this mode real quick. I'll get rid of that camera, switch back, and actually now that we're ready, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Before we do that, actually, let me go back to the camera again. We're going to go ahead and set this up and get this thing ready to be plugged in. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to hook up all our wires. Let me get some glasses on here so I can see this better. We're going to take all of these. This is the throttle line is one I'm actually not going to hook up. The reason for that is that this gyro system or stabilizer system has a feature in it where at about 2/3 throttle, 3/4 throttle, the airplane flies nice and level when it's like in stabilized mode or whatever mode it was in. And if you add throttle beyond that, it actually pitches the airplane up, okay, to help you get away from the ground. I think it does that in the one of the modes. I can't remember if it was stabilized or whichever the other mode was. But I don't want that feature, so I'm going to leave the throttle out of mine. Okay, I just feel like that's not something I really need. So what we're going to do is we're just going to wire this up. We're going to take this is aileron, which I'm trying to remember which one that was. I think that was that might be 2 or 3. I'm not sure which one that is. It's 1 or 2, and then 3. Let's get my desk is moving on me. Let's get rudder. Okay, which is channel 3. Let's get that, or channel 4, I should say. Let's make sure I'm putting that in the correct way. Let me double check and make sure we got that going in properly. Let me put that, in fact, let me look at the manual real quick. Let me back out for a second. Let me make sure we're throwing those in the correct directions. And let's see, I'm pretty sure they gave us a polarity on this. And which way? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. It's kind of hard to see on this thing, but it does show. Actually, it doesn't show on there, does it? But it does show here. If you're not sure of the polarity, I thought there was something about this. It'll show it right here, kind of which way it actually plugs in with the minus, the plus, and then the signal. So I think the signal wire is actually on the kind of the other side. So we'll get that in there. And let's plug these all in. So let me back up here for a sec. I'm just going to plug these all in real quick just to make life a little bit easier. So rudder, the signal wire I believe goes down here. I think these are backwards actually. Let's get that going. And let's get the S-bus or the mode. Notice how this is labeled. It says S-bus, PPM, or mode, and we're using it for mode because we're going to connect it to a channel. So let me double check and see if we got this wired correctly. This one's going to go down in here. I'm hoping that's correct. I'm surprised that they didn't put, and I don't have my CJ6 here with me, so I'm trying to remember which way they actually had this plugged in. But yeah, they didn't put, I'm surprised there was no polarity at all put on this thing. They really kind of needed to do that to see which way that goes. So I'm crossing my fingers to see if this is, hopefully I got that set in the right way. And then let's get elevator into here. I'm just taking my best guess at this. And then hopefully we don't have these polarities all backwards. And let's see, the throttle is the one that I'm going to leave out. So actually I think it might be 2 and 3. So one of these is backwards. I'll try to remember which was which. And we'll mess with it as I plug it in because I don't really recall exactly which one went in place. So, but anyway, and now it's ready to pretty much go in the airplane. So once you got this all kind of set up, it should be ready to get in there. So let me get back to the regular camera, get that all wired up, And let me transfer back, make sure we're all good. And let me see, is everybody receiving okay still? It looks like we got good, excellent signal strength. And we should be back with everybody. Make sure everybody is on board here. All right, let's see, dongle in. Let's see what we got. 50 people watching. Thanks for being here, guys. Let's get this where it needs to be. All right, we recovered. You're back. All right, very good. Sebor Racing. So very good, guys. Now we're going to switch over to the other camera, and we're going to get this into the Corsair. So give me 2 seconds here. We're going to do one more swap here, one more camera change, which we'll be doing with a switcher, I hope, next time around. So let's give this a shot here. Here we go. Let's switch us over there to the other camera. Here we go. We'll get over there to the Corsair. Everybody should be seeing this now. This is what we should be having here. So let me just configure my screens a little bit. And we can talk about this in a better way. All right, let me go out of studio mode real fast. Let's go over to here. All right, you guys got it okay? You should be looking at my Corsair. And I am going to roll on over there. Everybody's still there. All right, working great. Still good, Rich. Okay, excellent, Laurie. Thank you very much. Let's see. Let me go back to a different mode. You guys got the Corsair. I'll be walking over there in just a second. All right, very good. Let's head over there and let's see if we can get this thing in there. Hopefully I got it wired up right. We'll find out here pretty shortly. So, all right, guys, we are back with you all. Here we are. We've got the REFLEX in there. I'm going to go ahead and grab my radio here, get it plugged in. Still with you guys. Just sort of walking over here a little bit. And let's get my radio on, which it looks like we're plugged in here. Let me turn my, I'm going to put this radio on the ground here. I'm going to turn my TV so I can see you guys. All right, streaming without hiccups. Thanks, thanks, Jim. Appreciate that. And we are back at the Corsair here, baby. So let's get this going here. We'll get the top off, and I will throw some of the landing gear up here. I'm going to get the ERNST stand actually off of there. This is a great stand, but I think for what I'm doing, well, let's see. Let's try turning it around on here. That might be all I need to do. I'm going to plug in the battery in here, get this thing set up so we can get it positioned for you guys to see a little better. We're going to turn this around so everybody can see this baby. We're going to get into the battery compartment here so everybody can see. Let's get it around here. There we go. Get this a little closer. See what we got here. All right, I'm going to throw the landing gear up. Let's see, landing gear is coming up. All right, and the reason I'm putting the landing gear up, all right, streaming without hiccup, it can be programmed for use in non-FMS planes as well. Yes, Kofor, yes it can. I can see y'all's messages as we do this now. I'm going to put this into a bank here so we can see inside everything. Let's get this where it needs to be. Yeah, there we go. All right, and here we go. Here's my receiver right along here. I ended up putting an 8-channel in here because we're going to want the extra channel so we can use the switchability of the gyro. Because with these FMS ones, stabilizers, the mid position on a 3-position switch is off. And when you move it up, that's like in fully, I forgot what they called it. One is stabilized and one is, I forgot the mode that they call it. I'll pull the instructions up here in a bit. One is called stabilized mode. Let me get that. Let me get that book real quick. That little manual they gave us here, and see what that says. There's a couple modes for this. Let me grab the REFLEX here. Yeah, they've got a stabilized mode, and that's right. It's a stabilized and an optimized mode is what they call it. Optimized, unfortunately, really is this just stabilization, whereas the actual mode that they call There's stabilized and optimized. Optimized is actually just stabilization. Stabilized means it's like AS3X or it's like safe mode. It's like a wing leveler. So they, you know, a little Chinese fire drill action going on there, meaning that they really called it backwards what they probably should have called it. But just know that optimized is stabilization, okay, and then stabilized really means, you know, wing leveling is what that really means. So, and let's get this. Let's see if we can get this all set up. So. We're going to unplug it real quick. Now that I had to get the landing gear up. That's why I had to power it up, just so I could get this into a bank for everybody. I'm running my SPEKTRUM pack in here, my smart pack. We'll get these connectors put away here. Let me get this a little closer to everybody so we can all see in here a little bit better. Let me rotate the camera down just a bit. And please, guys, let me know if you're having any difficulty at all, because sometimes this is where the problems are. Okay, I think I know kind of what happened. If anybody's having problems, let me know if you guys are getting this okay. It might have to do with me moving the cameras. Maybe that's what's causing the disruption here or whatever. We might be getting a little lag here, folks, and maybe that's because I'm moving things. You know, that might have been the culprit to what the problem was. Maybe it's tough to, you know, kind of move cameras around and stuff. There might be a little lag happening now. So just let me know what you guys are getting. I'm watching the comments. And let's see if see what's happening. Give me some comments, guys, if y'all are getting any lag. I'm walking away from the airplane right now just a little bit because I want to look at my main screen here and see what's going on. Yeah, it's showing a slowdown again. That might be because of my camera. That may very well be what just happened. That may be what's giving me spikes. So, but let's see if you guys all are getting any issues at all. I'm going to close down anything that's opened that I don't need. I don't know why Word was opened again. So, all right, I only have the two windows up that we really need, and I'm just trying to see. I'm showing a little lag here again, folks, so let me know. Guys, give me some thumbs up. Give me some commentary. If you all are getting slowdowns, lags, any sound issues or something. I'm coming back to the plane now because I'm showing that things are lagging a bit, but it looks like we're kind of back in action here. So just let me know what's happening. I think we had a little slowdown, but I think we're good again. So we'll get the reflex in here, get it up and going. Let's go ahead and get these wires plugged in. I went ahead and I pulled my antennas off from before. And we're going to try to get this all up and going here. So, and if we can't, we can't, but we ought to be able to get it all going. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pull we'll start one at a time. I'm going to pull the aileron out and replace that one put that one into the aileron slot. So that should be easy enough to know. The only problem I'm having with this is they really didn't put a polarity on here. That's the interesting thing about this. So, still got you, Rich. Pay it forward. Thanks for the update, guys. Just let me know everything's going okay. And then we'll plug this in. I'm going to look for the polarity on this again because, geez, I wish I had my my CJ6 for reference, because that's normally what I would do is I'd go back and look at the old plane and make sure that everything was plugged in the way it was supposed to be plugged in. So, okay, this is still showing. You know, that's kind of hard to say what they're talking about there. It looks like it's showing the polarity of right here where that should be in one side. So I'm assuming that that's the minus or signal towards the top, but that sounds kind of weird to me. All right, let's see what we got. Let me look at this real fast. Let's see where. Let me reference one other area here first. I wish I had the CJ6 to kind of reference this, but let me come out of this page and let me look up something. I'm right here looking up something on my phone here, guys. I'm pulling up my CJ6 video because sometimes you got to reference the old stuff to look at it and figure out what on earth is actually going on. So let me see if I can get into the cockpit of this and see where we're at with that whole thing. Yeah, that might I just need one glimpse of that stabilized receiver in there real quick, and then I'll find it. Let's see. All right, here we go. So let's see what the this is what I do sometimes if I can't remember polarity. Notice I pulled up my old video, and that should tell us exactly where this stuff you know, needs to be. So I just need one quick look at how this plugs in. So it looks like the top is the there we go. That's what I needed to see right there. Looks like the top part is the signal wire. Yeah, that looks right. And then let's see. I'm not sure what the other side is because I can't really see it from there. All right, but we'll get so at least the top side signal wire is there. That'll help us out. So on this end here, the top is signal, so we got that correct. I was guessing correctly. I'm going to take my elevator out, and I'm going to put my elevator in here the way it is. Let's get that in there. Let's see, plug that in the way it's supposed to be. And then, oh, I put my aileron in my rudder. Oh, that was dumb. Here, let's go back. We'll put that where it needs to be in the correct place. Yeah, I did that backwards. Sorry, guys. That's what happens sometimes. You got glasses, you're staring through a camera, and you're like, where is the... So, yeah, that's not a big deal. Just make sure you get them in the right place. That's all. So, let's see. Rudder. We'll get the rudder in there. Again, I'm going to forego the throttle because I just don't want... I don't think I need the throttle going in there. So, let's see. Let's look at the instructions one more time. I think you guys can probably still see where we're at. This shows minus and minus. So maybe the signal actually goes on the... This says the signal on the top. So maybe the signal's on the bottom there, I think. Let's look at that real fast and see. Yeah, that's how I have it wired here. So let's plug it in and let's see what it does. Let's do that. So we'll plug it in and see if everything's reading right. If it's not working, then it's not working. And if we see smoke, well then, you know, that'll tell us right there that we got everything backwards. So, all right, let's get the rudder in here. See where that goes. Rudder's going to go into here. And let's see. Throttle is number 1. We know that on Spektrum stuff. Aileron and elevator. I think elevator is 2, if I'm not mistaken. My memory's failing me here. So what is this? This one is the elevator. Let's try that one. I think that's 2, but I could be wrong. If you guys want to correct me, just jump right in, man, because sometimes that stuff I'll forget for a second, and then later I'll go, yeah, dummy, okay, you had that backwards. So let's just try that. Let's see how that goes. And then we've got our last one here, which is our SBU PPM mode. So S-bus is what that's supposed to be. S-boo is S-bus. I don't know, S-bus, I don't know what the heck that's supposed to be. I'm going to put this into 3. Okay, 3 is going to go in there. I'm showing a little slowdown, guys, a little lag, but I think we're okay for now. Just give me yeah, AS3X and SAFE. John Perico, yeah, he's on board. Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's AS3X, SAFE mode, eventually. Spektrum receiver telemetry, let's see. Watch out for the threads in the back plate. They strip really easily. Yeah. Let's see, you guys recommend this for the OV10 Bronco, possibly. Guys, give me a little status update for those of you that are watching. If you're getting lag, sound, all that, give me an update real quick because I'm watching you guys on the board as I'm doing all of this. So, you know, everything runs on smoke, guys, so when you let the smoke out, everything stops working. So we're going to plug this in and see if we let the smoke out or not. All right, here we go. Let's fire this up. Okay, radio's on for the Corsair. I am going to level the wings on this, okay? And then if you guys remember what we just looked at is it actually showed that we have, it showed that this is supposed to be mounted flat. So for the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave this thing flush. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little piece of tape. Let me walk away for a second here. Just going to grab a low adhesion piece of Scotch tape somewhere. Let's see, I've got some right here. Yeah, here we go. We're going to try this. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to go down, but let's see. Let's see. Lost it again for a minute, but hopefully you guys are back. Lagging an image. Let's see, Michael Rajka. Hey, John, won't the Spektrum gyro fight with the REFLEX? Yeah, it probably will. I don't really know. But the REFLEX is not really meant to be... Video lag just a little. Audio is good. Okay, very good. So I don't know what the lag's about, guys, and don't really understand why it's doing that, but here I am. I'm just trying to grab a piece of tape off of here. So my tape is like splintering on me. So here's what I'm going to do. Just to keep this thing steady, I don't really need much, because I'm going to secure this to the bottom, to the floor of this thing, and I'll get you in the bank here to see. All I'm doing for right this moment for the tape is just to secure it. So this really doesn't move. It thinks it's secure. I just want to power it up and make sure it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. And let's get this power thing out of here. We're going to get the airplane level, so it's roughly level. And we'll plug this in because we don't want to disturb the gyro while it's booting. So I got my radio on. Let's get this going. Plug that in. And let it detect what it thinks is level and see if it works. Flight controls are moving. Okay, it looks like we got it all set up. Looks like we probably have some stabilization. It looks like it's booted up. Let me pull the spinner hub off because I'm going to power the motor up. See if this thing is working where it's supposed to be working here. I'm just unscrewing that, just getting all this hardware off of here. Just to put it, I'll put it in my ERNST tray here. Let's see, rudder's working. Okay, an elevator and aileron are not, which means that I probably just wired them backwards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull, let's see, let's take the aileron and the elevator out, which I probably had in the wrong place. And we'll put those where they go. Let's get those plugged in here. There it is. And here's this one. I think we got the polarity right at least because everything does seem to be working okay. Let's see what we got here. Those are now plugged in properly, it looks like. Let's see if we got any control here. Nope, still nothing. All right, let me unplug this. Let me do a reboot real quick. And let's see, we'll get this out of here. Do a real quick reboot. There we go. Get that going. Let's see if the flight controls will do their thing. Ailerons are moving. Elevator. All right, very good. So let's see. We've got rudder. Still no aileron. Still no elevator. This is kind of what happens sometimes when you do this kind of thing. I'm going to assign channel 3. Let's see. I'm going to do a quick channel assignment deal here. I'm going to change over. Let's go to, in fact, let me unplug real quick. Unplug this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to assign the gyro gain switch. I'm going to assign it over to where it's probably supposed to be. So let's go back out of here. Let's press both of those. No. Let's go, actually, let's go back here. Let me turn it off. Let me get this thing. Let me get into the menu. Actually, I probably could have just scrolled down to the intro menu there, but I'm just holding the button down. Let's get back to, go all the way down here to system settings. No, hang on, let's go back. Yeah, it should be system settings. Where are we going? No, why is that? No, that's not where I need to go. Let's go, where am I trying to get to? Channel assign, that's what I need. Channel assign. And I'm going to go all the way to the next page, which should be here. And I'm going to go to aux3. aux3 I'm going to assign to the E switch. So let's do that because that's where we put our gain on. So that should be switching now. So this switch now should be assigned to our gyro or our stabilizer gain now. So let's go ahead and plug this back in. See if we can get this where it's supposed to be. Let's get this plugged in one more time and see what we got going on. Okay, we may have the polarity backwards on those things now that I'm thinking about it. But the rudder's working, so that's kind of telling us that we have everything where it's supposed to be. So let's see. Okay, the controls are doing their thing. Okay, and I'm still not getting. Rudder's working. I got a rudder working okay. And let's power up. We got a motor working. So that's good. Still not getting aileron. Still not getting elevator. That's weird. Okay, let's try one more thing. The rudder's where it's supposed to be. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. The aileron and the elevator. Okay, let's see. See, when I move this, it is adjusting for pitch, or aileron. Now it's adjusting for pitch. Anytime I move this stabilizer up and down, it's messing with it's making the elevator move up and down. Anytime I move it side to side, it's moving my aileron. So it is correcting. It is correcting. And then when I move it this way, when I'm rotating it, it's yawing the rudder right now. So the functionality of it's all working right. I just have something doesn't seem to be wired exactly right, which is strange. Trying to figure out why exactly those are not where they're supposed to be. So I must have put something in odd. And I can't exactly figure out why it's not working. Because the rudder's wired correctly. I've got aileron and elevator. They should at least be working backwards. So I'm not sure exactly why I'm not getting aileron control, and I'm not getting elevator control, but I am getting rudder control. So that's properly wired. And let's see. That is plugged into 3. Let's take a look. I wonder if I actually need to have the throttle line in there. Maybe that's kind of what's going on. Well, let's try it. Let me pull this out. Let me just grab that throttle line, and we'll try putting that back in. Because if I remember correctly, I removed the throttle line from my other one, but maybe it does need it in there for some synchronization effect or something like that. Let's try. It doesn't make sense to me, but let's just try putting it all in there. So let's get the throttle line. We're going to unplug this. Maybe it needs to get a signal from it or something. It could be. Let's try that. So we'll stick the throttle into here, like the book says. So I got my throttle line right in here, aileron, elevator, rudder in there. And then channel 1, which is going to go in here, if I'm not mistaken. Get that in there. You see I got that all connected. And then I'll get this one into the throttle channel. Let's try that. Maybe it does need to be in there. Let's give it a shot here and see how that is. Yeah, there's your signal. Oh no, maybe that's what's going on. Plus, oh no, that is plus minus, that's right. Plus minus is signal. Get that baby in there, there we go. Let's see what we got. All right, let's see, all okay in the UK. Yes, I agree, because they're just working against each other and might screw them up. Yeah, let's try that. Turn gyro off in the programming. Yeah, no, it should be working okay. The gyro's working, it's functioning. I'm just not getting aileron and elevator control, which is funny. All right, so let me tape this back down again. That should be pretty steady on there. And let's try one more time. Let's see what we got. Get this plugged in. Let's let this thing boot. Ailerons are cycling, elevators cycling, so it's definitely booting up. I'm getting all of that. But for some reason, I'm not getting aileron and elevator control. Getting rudder. Rudder's working. That's weird. All right, let's see. It says turn off the gyro in the programming. Let's see. You do all good. All right, Dad's RC hanger says everything's all good. We're receiving him. So let's see. Am I able to switch this thing? No, I'm still not getting switchability of it. That's kind of odd. Let's see why exactly that is. I wonder if aileron and elevator, no, those are in the right place, according to this anyway. Let me make sure I plugged it in right one more time. Let's see. We are getting aileron control correction. See, all I'm doing is turning this. When you turn it this way, I'm getting aileron movement. When I'm pitching it up, I'm getting elevator movement. So it's definitely controlling them. I don't know why the aileron's... And then when I yaw it, okay, it's moving the rudder. So in fact, when I go this way, it's correcting in the proper direction, yep. And when I bank right, yeah, it's trying to bring it left. When I bank left, it's trying to go right, okay? And when I dive it, it's pitching up. When I pitch it up, it's so everything's working correctly. Gyro's functioning properly. I just don't have any control. I don't have aileron and elevator control for some reason. So let me look at those ailerons. Let me unplug and replug or something. But that's weird because it's stabilizing but not controlling. That's kind of odd. I don't understand why that would happen. Aileron, aileron, aileron. Let's see. Here's the elevator, elevator, elevator. The elevator's in there. That might be about the most bizarre because I can't fly with just stabilization. You got to have some control. Okay, elevator's going into the elevator. Okay. Yeah. And aileron's going into the aileron. Okay. So they're wired properly. But for some reason, we're not getting a boot up. That's strange. Okay, let me unplug real quick. Let me kind of go wide on the zoom a little bit. No, we're already in all the way. Let me unplug this again. And let me do a little bit of radio messing around with here. We did a channel assignment. Let me go back to that again. Let's go back down to here. See what I'm going to do with it here. I'm going to go to... now, yeah, let's go back. Let's go to system setup. Yeah, there we go. Let's go to, let's go back to channel assign. Oh, wait, actually, let me look at something else. Let me look at, yeah, let me check that channel assign real quick. Actually, you know what? Let me back out. Another idea here. See if I can get this in front of the camera here a little bit better. There we go. That's a little better. Let's see what we got. Let's go. No, I don't want the volume. Let's rotate this to the monitor. Okay, the switch is working on aux 3. So we got that. You see, we can see through the monitor that our aux 3, which is right down here. Okay, it's properly switching. Mid and low. So we got that functioning right. And then when I went back to switch assignment, that should have been correct. So let's go back to system setup one more time. Let's get out of this mode. Let's go back down to channel assign one more time. And let's see if, did I screw something up there? No, you've never screwed up anything before. Let's see. All right. Auxiliary 3 is where we plug that into. So yeah, we should be getting, that's switch E all right. So let's press that. That is switch E. That should be it. Let's go back to main menu. Very weird. Very weird that we're getting stabilization working correctly on all 3 axes. So it's got to be plugged in the right way. But we're not getting any control out of it. So if they're wired right and we're getting proper stabilization, but we're not getting any control. Yeah, control is overrated. Yeah. Yeah, stabilization should be switchable on and off. Yeah, that's why I did this whole thing, is to get that thing plugged in. So let's see. Let's try a reboot again. I don't know what else to do at this point until I figure that out. So if we have to, we'll mess around with this during the flight. I'll probably screw with this later if I can't get it working. But we ought to be able to figure this out. I mean, everything is, oh, wait a minute. I think I just figured something out. Wait, why is the rudder? That's weird. I've got the rudder. Actually, it looks like the rudder's plugged in backwards. Do I have, oh, that's bizarre. Are these backwards? No, they can't be. That does not make any sense. It looks like I've got the rudder plugged in backwards, but it's working. That doesn't make any sense. Hang on a second. Let's see. That would be a first Chinese fire drill one for me. Let's see. Let it stabilize. Yeah. All right, there we go. So I got rudder control, no aileron control, no elevator control, but I've got aileron stabilization. So that means that I've got, let's see if I can figure this out. I've got this plugged in. One of these is plugged in correct and one is not. So if my rudder is working, which it's working correctly too, then let me try my, that makes absolutely no sense to me why that would be that way, but let me try something real fast. That does not, I might smoke it here, guys, if there's some smoke. Nope, I didn't like that. That just powered up my motor. Let's unplug that. Yeah, didn't like that. Let's see. It might be about the strangest thing I've seen. Let's let it boot up. Aileron and elevator. Well, they're still operating. So let's see. Let's try again. Still not getting any of that, but getting rudder. All right, well, let's see. Let's try this. Let's try putting this back in. This might be about the weirdest gremlin anomaly I think I've seen. Shout out, guys, if you think you know what's wrong. Let's see. Channel 1 is aileron. Well, yeah, that's for channel 2 is elevator. Channel 3 is throttle. Well, oh, you know what it is? You're right, because they're thinking Futaba. Ah, I think you're right, dude. All right, let's see. So let's take the throttle out. You got it. You just figured it out. You know what it is? I think the reflex is set up to think that you're using Futaba. That's, I think, what it is. Yeah, good call on that. Good call. So let's take, if the rudder's working and the ailerons are not, then maybe I need to reverse. Let's try doing this. Let's take the throttle out, which would be, yeah, throttle's going to go into there. Let's pull the throttle line. Let's get these out. Yeah, let's get those out of there. We're going to take rudder. We'll leave that alone. This is the PPM, the switching. And then we take the 3 of these and plug them in the other way. So yeah, we'll do it Futaba style because I think that's what they're assuming. Yeah, good call. That's probably what it was. Let's go, that's throttle. And then let's take aileron, which, aileron, oh wait, aileron's channel 1, that's right. Aileron is going to be channel 1. Throttle, channel 3. Yep, I think you had that right, buddy. Let's see. Good call. That's got to be what it is. But I'm not sure if I switch them on this end or that end. So let's just kind of see how this goes down. Plug that in. And let's unplug now. Let's see. Because we know the elevator's working just fine. So, or the rudder's working just fine. All right, let's plug that in. Oh, wait, hang on. Unplug again. Got to get my tape secure. Secure the tape. All right, here we go. Let's get this in place. And let's see what we got this time around. It looks like they're all plugged in right this time, or correctly for Futaba. So, yeah, aileron's in 1. Elevator is 2. I think we said, yep. And throttle is 3. So that's throttle. Throttle, let me just trace that. Throttle. Yep, throttle should be 3. Yep, okay, so we're basically going, I think, SPEKTRUM to Futaba, I think is what we're doing. So that should do it. Let's try it now. Let's see, that might have been the key factor. So let's go. I forgot in China they do use a lot of Futaba, so that's probably what this thing was set up to kind of be. Let's let it boot and see if it does something different now. Without smoke, of course. Okay, looks like they're collecting correctly. And no, still not getting, still getting just rudder. And still getting no aileron elevator, but getting rudder. Let's see if everything's correcting correctly. Now I may need to have to come out of here as well. So, no, but the aileron's plugged into the right line. The elevator's plugged into the right line. The throttle's in the throttle. So you can't really screw those up. Rudder into rudder. But these should be more correct. But this rudder line, I notice I actually have the rudder line plugged in backwards on this side. That doesn't make any sense. You see the polarities? I've got accidentally stuck my rudder in backwards polarity. So maybe, that is weird. Let's see, minus, let's see, throttle, yeah, that's kind of bizarre. I don't understand why the rudder, let's try taking that off. Let's try putting this in with the rest of them. Maybe that's changing something. That might have been it right there. No, let's try this again. Let me unplug this. Let's try to reboot, see if that helps. Because my rudder's actually wired backwards. That was strange. I had it plugged into the receiver backwards, reverse polarity, but it was working, and the other ones are not. So maybe that was throwing something off. Let's try that. And if we can figure this out and get this going, then we'll talk about it after it's all set up. Let's let that boot. Looks like it's working. Let's let it boot up. Now it doesn't want to boot at all. That's strange. No, that's weird. It doesn't want to work with the rudder plugged in backwards. Wow, that's strange. All right, let's see. Let's unplug this again. And let's see if we can figure that out. That rudder, let's pull the rudder out altogether. Let's see, that is, yeah, that's how that is. All right, looking at the comments, guys. Hope it works this time. Don't think I'll be buying one of these. Gyros makes planes a little jittery anyway. Yeah, let's see. It works beautifully. This thing, all of my yellow signal wires are facing up on reflex. Okay, that's good to know. Maybe that's what it is then. Let's just reverse all those. If it's facing up on your reflex, let's just try that. So PPM, FMM, okay, let's try that. Maybe I have those backwards, but it shouldn't work if that's the case. Let's try reversing all of those. Here's your rudder. Let's try that. Let's see, that might have been it. Sometimes with these things, you have one thing in the wrong place and it sends a spike throughout the whole thing. And he's saying his reflex, all his yellow wires are pointing up. So that's a good note there. That's from Dexter Tucker. Thanks, man. Let's see if that works. Let's see if that gets this whole thing going. The problem is I have my CJ6, which I would have pulled out a long time ago and looked at that directly. But I have it in my trailer down in a garage, so I'd have to run down there and do all that stuff. So let's get the rudder. Actually, that explains it because the rudder was backwards, but it was correct in there. So that might do it, Dexter. Let's see if that does it. That was probably it. So all the yellow wires are up. Perfect. Nice job. Hopefully that'll do the trick. I think that's all it is. The problem is they didn't put the polarity on this darn thing. It's in the picture in the instructions, but that doesn't necessarily tell you anything. Let's let that boot. See if that'll boot this time. All right, it's centered. Ailerons are checking. Elevator's checking. Rudder's checking. And that's it. We got it. Dexter, you the man, man. That was it. I wish I had my my CJ6 to look at. That would have figured it out. Okay, now we have aileron working okay. You can see that. Elevator's working good. Rudder's working good. Everything's working in the proper direction. And, you know, I get by with a little help from my friends. We've got throttle. Very good. Now I've noticed, and let's see if everything's working the proper direction now. Now that we got everything set up, let me move the airplane a little closer to the stand here. All right, good shout out for Dexter there, man. That was it. That was the comment I needed. So yeah, thanks for the throw out there. The only other one of these I've had set up was in my CJ6, and I normally would reference that, but that's why. But it's in my trailer over the house across the street, so rather for me to run and go get that and look at it, I probably should have had it here. But it looks like what Dexter's saying and what does work is all the yellow wires, you can see, go up. Okay, so your signals are up. You just got to make sure it's set that way and you should be good. So now let's see if our switch is working for our stabilization and see if that's where it should be. Yeah, it looks like that's working now. So we should have in the up mode, we should have one mode working one way. Yep, looks like it's working. Yeah, that's it. So here's what we have. Everything's working properly now. And everything is, we're going to secure this to the floor a little later. I'm not going to do it right now just because I want to mess with the positioning of this, and that usually takes me a little time to screw with that kind of thing. And I want to make sure I have it properly set up. But what essentially is happening is now when we roll the airplane to the left, okay, it tries to come back to the right. You can see that by that aileron right down there going down. So when I roll the airplane to the right, okay, now it's trying to roll the airplane back to the left. And that is in the upper mode, which is called stabilized. And the upper mode in stabilized mode is really the wing leveling and pitch leveling mode. When you go to the middle, gyro's off. We're not getting anything out of this. No roll, no yaw, no pitch or anything. When I move my switch to the lower position, we should still be getting stabilization, but stabilization only. Notice when I bank the airplane, okay, the ailerons return to neutral. Bank the airplane, it returns to neutral pretty much. And same thing with the rudder. I yaw it, it returns to neutral. Yaw it, returns to neutral. Whereas when you have it in the upper switch position, okay, that's your leveling mode. So again, a bank stays in a recovered, you notice that aileron is still down. It's trying to bring us back, it's trying to level the wings. Same thing in the other direction, it's trying to level the wings. Again, turn it off and go down. This is where it does not. When you rotate this thing, it returns to center. So your upper mode, the way I like to think of the switch on this thing, is your upper mode is full on wing leveling, pitch leveling, and basically your safe mode. Middle is off, and your lower switch position, that's going to be stabilized. Corrects for wind, that kind of stuff. So nicest feature about this thing, this gyro system, is that you can shut it off. You can be in the middle mode. There's no stabilization at all. Make sure your flight controls are correct. You know, move the stick to the right, move the stick to the left. Make sure everything's properly working. I see a little bit of lag in our signal, but otherwise we're still everything's working well. So another thing to note that I'm going to show everybody here, and I'm going to zoom in on this so everybody can really see this. Let me put my radio down for a second so I can point this out. I'm going to pull this tape off of here for a second. I'll put it right down there. Let's zoom in really quick here onto the lights on this thing. Okay, see the LED flashing. Okay, that correlates with the switch position as such, and I'll try to angle this in such a way that everybody can see this. So there's your gyro, and here's your switch down here. In the upper position, okay, of the switch, which we said is the wing leveling mode, notice you have a steady flash. When I move this, actually I take that back. In the up position, it's steady, okay? That means that you are in wing leveling and pitch leveling mode. When I move the switch to the middle position, it has a steady flash, or you can see it flash in there. And that will indicate, we're getting some freeze, some lag here, guys, so that's probably why this thing's not showing real well. You can see we got a steady flash, and that indicates that it's off. When I move the switch position down, okay, you notice it's flashing quickly. That's your stabilized mode. So you notice we assign that switch, okay, to the third channel, okay, or sorry, the aux 3. And that's how you can tell whether or not that switch is working, by how it's flashing. Again, up is steady. That means full pitch and roll leveling. Middle position, that basically means that it's off. And in the lower position, okay, that's your stabilized mode for wind corrections and all that, and it flashes quick. So everything's working beautifully according to the picture, okay, that we saw, okay, in the manual. It really, honestly, I don't think it matters where you mount this thing. Let me unzoom this. Let me go wide on this a little bit here, guys, so we get back on there. I don't think it matters really where you put this. As long as this is forward, okay, this side is to the right, and it's in this relative position here, somewhere within there. Now, again, what we saw in the book was that it's to be mounted down onto this wood floor, down in here like this. So before you tape this thing back down in there, before you get it stuck all the way down the bottom there, make sure you do what we just did. Yaw the thing, bank it, pitch it. Make sure your controls are working the right way before you go ahead and secure this down in position. So that's going to get secured down there. And I think if I have enough wire, which I think I just barely have enough, that's why I'm not maybe totally going to secure it yet, is because I have my receiver and I want to make sure everything's going to fit properly. My receiver is actually the way I have mine set up initially from all the first videos you guys saw. I have them kind of in here, okay, attached right there. And then I have one, let me put this wire out of the way. Let me see if I can get this a little closer to the camera. It's going to be hard to do because of the way the camera is here. Let me see if I can adjust this just a little bit more here. Let me lower this camera a bit. There we go. Come down on that just a little. Let me back off on that just a little. Yeah, we're getting a little lag again, guys, I think, so just kind of bear with me here. And then this wire, this one here, this antenna, I should say, I'm going to peel this off of here. I'm going to put these back kind of where I had them before. That's that spare tape that I was just using to keep that gyro level. This went here because what I had done, like I said, is you only need a really 6-channel radio to fly this airplane. But I went with a 7-channel initially, 7-channel receiver, because I wanted to be able to have a separate, if you guys remember, I use a separate tail wheel steering channel so I can adjust it with the knob. But because now we have this reflex gyro and I want to be able to adjust the gains with a switch, I actually needed an 8th channel to do that with. So that's why I did that. So anyway, now we're on an 8-channel receiver only because I want one for my tail wheel steering, 1 channel, and I wanted one for my gyro gain. Let me grab real quick, there's a tool here I'm looking for that's stuck in my ERNST, my ERNST plane stand back here. Let me see if I can peel this off of here. I'm going to lift this up. Let's see. All right, let's pull this up. And then this kind of, I'm just going to follow my old path that I had of these wires because that's where I had these. See, I got my one antenna right down here. It just rolls along here. Canopy closes fine. If you have to, just push down on this and it'll bury itself. It'll make a little notch in the foam. And then my other one was going right here. So I'm going to peel this, just pry this up. Let me move my camera a bit so you guys can see that better. Hopefully, let me come up on it a little bit. There we go. That's it right there. So I'm just going to use this little kind of pick thing here. Just pick this up, lift this up here, and let's get this down into position where I had it before, which was right along here. Actually, let me put this down a little bit and then lift this up. This is kind of how I often will mount this kind of stuff. I'll just lift this up, stick this right along here, get it to hopefully lay flat in there. Let's see, where are we at with that? This has to come a little more this way. There we go. A little more this way, towards the center. There it is. So trying to get this straight. It's fairly critical that you get these antennas straight. So when you put them down, it's flat. And I'll probably mess with this a little bit later because just because of the camera and the angle I'm at, it's hard to get these things straight sometimes. Sometimes I'll use a tool here just to make sure it runs true. We'll get this down here. I want this to be out of the way here. So that'll be nice and straight. You see I got the antenna secured down there well. And then the next thing I got to do, and that's pretty much it for that. The receiver's in there nicely in place. One antenna here, one here, so they're perpendicular to each other. Again, that minimizes any chance of signal loss. And then, yeah, we can secure this down here. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let me grab a piece of tape. I'm going to step away for a second. I'm going to do a dry fitting of this before I really secure this in place. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take myself some double-sided Scotch tape here. I'm going to kind of put 2 of those together. Let me do another one of those. Okay, just to kind of get these where they need to be. I'm going to just sort of put these together. Just making a piece of double-sided tape. because I don't want to, I want to use this tape to secure it on there because it's pretty good, but just as a dry run, as a dry fitting, if this will let me do it, sometimes these backer things don't let you do that. Yeah, it may not stick, but anyway, you guys get the gist of what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to secure that down there without, no, it's not going to let me do it. I was going to try and secure that down in place, but I'll probably do that. I'll probably do that a bit later because I like to clean that floor off. I don't really have anything to do it with right now. But what's going to happen is that'll secure in place. Actually, you know what? I think we're good enough that I can secure everything because I got everything connected well. Let's take a look quick at the way it finally looks. Throttle, everything's all connected through this side. This is where all your actual channels went in. Let me zoom in on that so we get close on that. I wish they didn't make this reflective because it's hard to see. You notice when I turn it a little bit, everything disappears. It's like, where is everything? So, but you got to have it kind of in the right angle. But your aileron, elevator, rudder, throttle, all plug in exactly where they go. This doesn't matter whether it's Futaba or whether it's Spektrum, okay? You just plug in your aileron from your plane into there, elevator, throttle, rudder. That's it. In this side, you got to be thinking, and this is, you know, special thanks to Dexter there. You got to be thinking, this side's Futaba. I never thought of this before. This side's Futaba, but if you're running Spektrum, you got to remember it's the other way. So you've got to have your throttle that's on your receiver. Let me get close. Your throttle on your receiver wire, which is number 1, has to go to number 3. And let me unplug this real quick because we can. Your aileron, which I'll trace that back to make sure I don't screw that up. Your aileron traces back and it goes into number 1, okay, which I'll try to make that clear. And then your elevator that comes out of here, okay, which is, I believe that's 4. Let's see, that's aileron. This one is elevator. Your elevator goes into, you know, number 2. So you got to be thinking that the reflex is thinking it's Futaba, okay, and your receiver is thinking that it's Spektrum. So you just got to make sure you get those. Rudder's the same. Throttle, aileron, and elevator are different. Actually, I don't know if aileron and elevator, but yeah, they're all 3 of those are different. So again, Futaba, Spektrum, as long as you're thinking that way, that the throttles are in different, everything's in different places, then you guys, you know, you should be good to go. So let me put this back down in there. I hope that makes sense. That's something I just learned from this because sometimes you don't know what they're doing. Again, it's kind of Chinglish here. So let's see how that's going to go down in there. It looks like that's fairly well secured there. And I think I can I secure that okay without, you know, with relative confidence? I think I should be able to do that. I mean, worst case scenario, you know, I'll pull the tape off and retape it, but I just don't want to retape it, you know. I want this to be in there one time. I don't think it's in the way of anything. I do want to make sure, too, that my wires down here, which you can see here, okay, for your wings, these are your wing wires, your serial, one here and one here. You do want to make sure, let me see if I can angle that a little bit better. Yeah, there they are. You want to make sure that you can get these in and out okay, which you should be able to do. I don't think those are messed up with anything. I don't think that got out of whack or, no, they're not crisscrossing or anything. Let me just get in there and double check because you got to be able to unplug those to get the wings off. No, I think those are free and clear. I don't think those are in the way of anything. So we should be good with those, and I think we can just tape this down. I think we'll just go with that. They got this 3M tape on here, so should be super strong on there. I don't think we're going to have any problems getting those on and off. So, and these might actually come out that way. I'm just trying to remember or trying to think about how this all is going to go. Yeah, that should come in and out relatively easy. And then once we thread this through a second time, actually it should go in there pretty decently. So let's double check. Let me go ahead and turn the gyro back on. Let me secure this with my finger, okay? And let's make sure we're correcting in the proper direction. Yep, it looks like as we're level, let me go wide. I don't know if you'll all be able to see this. No, yeah, maybe. Here, let's see. I'll go a little wider here. We're in optimized mode, or should I say stabilized mode. When I try to bank right, that left aileron's coming up. When I try to bank left, that one is going down, so it's correcting properly. So that's in the right place. When I yaw this thing, I'm just going to hold it with my hand. When I yaw this to the left, the rudder goes to the right. When I yaw it to the right, the rudder goes to the left. So when I pitch the nose down, the elevator's going up. When I pitch this thing up, when I pitch it up, the elevator is going down. So yeah, we're perfect. We can tape this in. Let's just go with it. I think we'll be good, and I'll do a thorough check of it later. Let me unplug that. Let me get the tape off of here. Guys, getting this okay? Yeah, woo, nice tip. Yeah. Oh, wait, one more thing I wanted to do. This is something I noticed. This is a very, very fine nuance to this thing, and I'm going to show you what it is. Let me see if I can sort of show you this thing. I have noticed with the reflex system with my CJ6, you guys may or you guys may not notice this, but I have noticed that when I advance my throttle, okay, and I got the prop off the airplane, when I advance my throttle, I sometimes get a little bit of a dead band right here. And normally what you do to correct that is you do an initial boot up, or you do a throttle calibration, which means that, as you guys know, probably, some do, some don't, that you unplug your airplane, you put your radio on, you advance your throttle to full, then you plug the airplane in, and then you bring the throttle down to idle, and that'll calibrate your throttle. You want to do that before it gets into program mode. So let me plug this in. It's trying to get into program mode. I'm going to bring the throttle to idle. Now the throttle's calibrated, and somebody's calling me, of course. Stop calling me. All right. So now the throttle should be calibrated. If you experience any dead band in the first part of the throttle, which it seems like I got a little bit, but not bad. I'm still pushing it up a ways. It should, but that's not too bad. But with the CJ6, when I pushed this up to like quarter throttle, I still wasn't getting any throttle. It's like the calibration was, for whatever reason, not working properly, and it was giving me a dead band here. So the only way I was able to fix that dead band, okay, was to actually take, and this is going to sound kind of funny, but to actually take the throttle line, okay, out, because I almost crashed the plane once or twice because the power wasn't coming up at idle on landing. I was like, what's going on? That dead band was messing with me. So here's what I did. I actually took the throttle line back out of here, okay? Then I take my receiver. I pulled the throttle out of here as well. Let me pull the bind out of here. Yeah, where's the throttle? Yeah, here's the throttle right here on the end. Pull the throttle line out. So I basically bypassed the throttle. That's why initially I wasn't hooking the throttle up. But I take my throttle line, just plug it directly to the receiver because you really don't need it for this thing. The throttle line being plugged in, through the gyro is not necessary. But what it does is when you fly the airplane straight and level at about 2/3 throttle, in one of the stability modes, it keeps it level. But when you advance beyond that, it actually pitches the elevator up to get the plane away from the ground. And I think that only works in the stabilized mode, if I'm not mistaken. So if you don't want that function, just take the throttle line out. But anyway, with the throttle plugged directly into this and not going through that box down there, you can now really calibrate it better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my throttle here. I'm going to go full on it. The radio is on. The airplane is not plugged in yet. Now I'm going to plug the airplane in. There we go. Let it boot up. And then I'm going to go to idle. Throttle should calibrate. Okay. And now, notice I'm getting more instantaneous travel. It's actually starting, the throttle's starting sooner. So it's calibrated better now. Because for some reason, the gyro does something to mess with the calibration of the throttle. I don't know why. So you may have to plug your throttle directly into this. You know, do your calibration with this thing first, and then replug it all back in. So that seemed to help. In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to actually do that one more time. I want to unplug that. I'm going to go full throttle on my radio one more time here. So there's my throttle all the way up. In fact, let me put, you guys aren't going to be able to see it. I'll just put it down. And then I'll go ahead and plug this in one more time. Hang on a second, man. I didn't have to get a grip on that. There we go. Okay. So before it goes into programming mode, we'll bring it back to idle. All right, and check the calibration. Yeah, it starts almost immediately. I almost moved the throttle just a little bit. So if you're not able to calibrate your throttle, make sure you do that. Just plug your throttle directly to receiver, do the calibration, and then you can put it all back in. Again, it's a weirdness I discovered, but that's just kind of what this thing, that's kind of just an anomaly or a gremlin to this thing that I don't understand why it's doing it. But so here, we'll run it back over here. I'll put this stuff back in, even though, yeah, you don't really need it. But and that's it. Let's get this thing in there. All right, let's plug that in. We'll get this throttle back in place. And then once we plug it all in, let's see if we're still having that problem or not. We really shouldn't be. So let's see how it goes. Get this in place here. There it is. Throttle's back in. All right, throttle's at idle. Let's go back here. All right, there we go. Now let's plug this back in position and get this going. There we go. Let's let this thing calibrate. I'm just holding it still, let it calibrate, do its thing. All right, there we go. Now let's check our throttle, see if it's still doing the same thing or not. Everything's stabilizing. And there we go. We get it instantaneous. If it's still, yeah, it's starting up much better now. But again, if you have to, just pull the throttle line out. You don't need it. But now we're calibrated. And that's pretty much it. So let me, I think what I am going to do with mine, though, is I'm going to pull my throttle line out. Because honestly, I really don't like it there. I'm just going to get my throttle out because I don't want that feature in there. Let me just pull, actually, let me unplug this first. Let's get that out of there. I'm just going to put my throttle directly into here. I'm going to get rid of the throttle line. Get that out of there. Throttle line's coming out. Again, I can always put that back in later if I really want to. So you can see I just pulled my throttle out. Again, all that does is add you a little bit of pitch increase if you're powering up and you're in the stabilized mode. So, but I don't want that feature. I don't really want it to do that, and that's personal preference. It will get you away from the ground in a panic, so that's a good thing. But you know, you could be inverted too when you throttle up, and that's not going to help. So, but probably not if you're in stabilized mode. So, all right, let's plug this back in. Let's do one more reboot. I'm going to take my piece of tape once again. I'm going to stick this back on the side just to do one more test of this thing, just to let that stay still. All right, I'm going to do one more throttle calibration. Plug this back in. There we go. Run our throttle back. There we go. Yeah, instantaneous throttle. So very good, very good. That's working just the way I want it to happen. So unplug one more time. Yeah, this is the setup process here. And we're going to secure this down there. Get it done, get it out of the way. So here we go. Let's undo this. We'll put this down here. And let's peel this stuff off of here. And there we go. Cross your fingers. Hold on to your butts. It's going down in there. Get that as far back as I can get it. Up against that wall, and we'll push that down in there. There we go. It's about as far back as I could get it. So it looks like we got that secured, and you gotta have this secured. You must make sure that your gyro down there is secured. If it's bouncing around in the airplane, you're going to be all over the place. So if you find your plane doing that, turn your gyro off. That's the beauty about turning the gyro off, is if you got that issue, shut it off, because but this has to be secured to the bottom. So it looks like we're down in there. In fact, actually, if that ever pried off again, I'd probably just use some foam tack to foam tack it down in there. All right, so we are good here. We've got our receiver secured. And now we should be able to boot this baby up, and we should be good to go. Get this down there. That wire doesn't need to be sticking out there. Everything's lined up. Let's get our airplane level, and we will do a boot. Let's do a boot. Boot it. All right, let it boot up. See what it does. All right, ailerons are moving. Elevator's moving now. I can hear it. And we should be good to go. We got aileron control in the proper direction, left and right. Left, right, up, down on the elevator, left rudder, right rudder. And then we got our stabilization. We got our stabilizer on. It looks like it's operating properly. Yeah, it's moving just the right amount. It's not going to move a whole lot. You see it's coming up there. Here it's going down. And yeah, we're good to go. Very cool. Let me get the landing gear down on this thing, make sure everything's out of the way. And we're good to go. We got our gyro in. And let's see, we got our safety on our prop on. Let's get that going. And then I'm going to shift a few things around, and we'll switch the camera back to our main camera, our main webcam, and then we'll show you this stuff. So let me pull this off of here. Or let me slide this over is what I'm going to do. I'm going to slide this out of the way and do our final reveal of the Corsair again here. Tell you what, I was supposed to go flying today, but I didn't because I wanted to do this live thing, get this thing going for tomorrow. So we'll have this out flying for everybody tomorrow. Let me take the old Corsair here, and I'll put this back in its place. I hope you guys can still hear me. Let's see. We're going to put this old Corsair. You can see this thing down here. It's still working. So maybe I'll do a giveaway on the old Corsair. We'll see. Park that back over there. And then we'll bring this bad boy up here. Let's see. Let's get this where it needs to be. We're going to transport. Let me switch you back to my other camera here, folks. We'll go back to this thing. Let's see. Let's switch us out of here. Yeah, got a little lag there. All right, I'm still here, guys. Just trying to manipulate studio mode here. All right, let me do this with the touch screen. Let's see, we're going to go unbox cam. I'm hoping you guys will be able to see me. Yes, you can, except that I have the camera wrong. You guys all with me here? Here we go. Bring it back to the middle. And here, we'll do the full reveal here. Here we go. Let me pull the, actually, I'm going to bring this baby on the stand, guys. Stand by, I'm coming. I just got to pick this big dog up and move it over here. All right, here we go. Hopefully I don't break anything. If the signal, everything goes dark, guys, that means I fell and broke a line here. So let's get this over here. Go slowly without knocking everything over in a confined area. Yeah, this is some tight maneuvering here, folks. Let's see, we're going to get this right down. Let's get this prop out of the way. No, that's not. Let's put this down in here. Get that out of the way. Hang on, guys. We're in a tight area here. We're maneuvering here. Maneuvering speed. And there we go. I think we're good. And that is it. That is the mega stand, folks. The mega stand with the new Corsair. Let's get this on here. It's a thing of beauty. That's the old prop. We don't want that one. Let's get that out of the way. Let me move that. Get the old prop. Oh, I had the new prop on the old plane. Okay, let me get this off of here, folks. And there it is. Let's see. You can see here again the difference in the size on these things. Where did I actually put that thing? Let's put this back on. I got to get the washers. All right, where did I put that thing? Oh, here it is. Here's the old prop once again. You guys can see easily the size difference for those of you who wanted to see that. There you go. That's the size difference in the prop. You can see that. We talked about that before we had the mass disruption, but you can see again, the size difference. New prop, old prop, and there you go. That's kind of the difference in those things. So we talked in detail in the first video, so you'll have to kind of watch that and kind of you can see what that looks like overall, but that's really it. So let's get this back on. We'll put the new prop on the new plane. There it is. We will secure all of this in place. There it is. All right, I'm going to wrench that down so I don't forget and then go flying tomorrow and the thing goes zooming off into some other area code. Prop goes one way, airplane goes the other. That's not a good way to fly. All right, here we go. Get this on here. A little bit of open end wrench action here. Here we go. Same nut, same threads, the new plane and the old plane. Same motor and everything. So that's actually the old hub. I think I put the new hub. They're both the same. They both will fit. But anyway. All right, boys, there it is. There she goes. I just need my hatch cover that I lost. Grab that real quick. Oh, it's back here. Oh, actually, you know what? That was the old nut and prop and all that. Let me switch those out one more time. All right, guys, I can see all y'all's questions. Throw them up there. Let's see what we got. I can see the board again better now. So throw them out there, man. Windy day. Can you guys see all this still? Let's see. I'm going to put these down in the ERNST tray. Let me undo this thing real quick. That's all the old stuff. I don't think that matters still, but actually, I think the old hub was actually a little nicer. The old spinner part. It's like a glass plastic almost or something. But here, I'll put those over there just to keep it correct. Not that it matters, but we'll do that. Let's see. Get this on here. And that is it. I got my prop safety on my radio, so it shouldn't be spinning anywhere, even though we got it all powered up. All right, that's on there pretty good. And that is that. Best prop hub around, FMS for sure. So, all right, guys, that is it. Let's see. See what we got. And here's the Mega Stand, folks. That's what's good about this Mega Stand from ERNST is that, you know, it'll take a big airplane like this. I mean, it's kind of amazing how how good of a job they did. That's my remote for my TV. Let's get this prop out of here. Put this over here. See how big this big dog is. Here, let me move this, move my camera just a little bit. Like I said, they got a sale on TVs at Costco the other day, so I got a big TV for here. And there we go. There's the ERNST Mega Stand there. Yeah, here, I'll get on the other side. You guys can see how humongous this stand is. It's very nice. And again, it's based off of the original ERNST stand, you know. So here you have it. That's what it looks like. Comes apart real easy, goes together real well. And it really supports, it supports the airplane really well. It's very nice. It's amazing that it'll actually support a pretty heavy airplane. It's real nice. I like this thing. I got a couple suggestions for the ERNST guys. I'll talk with them about that, but let's see if we can angle this a little bit so I can actually fit back in here. Here we go. Is there any room for me here? Let's see. Yeah, let me do a quick grab the radio. Again, my safety's on here, so I'm going to take that safety off. There's our prop turning. Safety's back on. Ailerons, elevators working up, down, left, right, left. Landing gear check real quick. Real nice. Another nice thing about the ERNST stand, you get the wheels up. Super nice. We're going to have this out tomorrow, guys. We'll get this flying flying tomorrow for everybody as well. So, and do another demo here with the REFLEX and so forth. So, all right, let's see, guys. Question and answer time. If anybody's got any questions or answers, I'm going to put it in an aggressive, action-packed bank here so everybody can check that out. All right. All right, questions, folks. I don't like SAFE having throttle inputs here. Let's see. All right, there we go. Let's see. Dexter's there. Hey, Dexter, thanks for the tip. He was right about that. And here's the thing. The big deal about this REFLEX gyro that I just learned, because I've never put one in. It was installed in my CJ6, so check that video out and it'll show all that. Couple things to note. The signal wires all face upward on that thing. That's probably the key takeaway of that thing. The other thing is that the gyro itself is set up thinking you're using a Futaba. If you're using SPEKTRUM, your 3 wires are going to be different. Your throttle coming out of number 1 of your REFLEX is going to have to go into, or take that back. The throttle coming out of your REFLEX that's number 3, which is the way the Futaba works, has to go into number 1 of the receiver. And then number 2, here Dexter refreshed me so I don't have to scan. Number 2 was elevator and 1 was aileron. Which was which? I was going to go back to Dexter's comment, because that really was the key to it. But just make sure you understand that, here's what I'm trying to do. My computer's working a little bit slow, so I'm going to have to get I've got a faster computer I'm working on. Let's see, Captain Mike Keller says 20.5 subscribers. Let's see. Hey, Dexter, if you're there, refresh us on that channel lineup. Oh, here it is. Never mind. Aileron is channel 1. So with your, I got your text there. Your throttle number 3, which is Futaba, coming out of the REFLEX system, has to go into number 1 of the receiver. Elevator is on number 2 of the REFLEX, and that has to go into, I forgot, whatever the elevator is of the receiver, and 3 is throttle. So you got to get those right. Just remember that the AS3X, or not the AS3X, but the REFLEX system thinks it's Futaba, and if you're not using Futaba, you have to remember those 3 channels, aileron, elevator, throttle, are different for SPEKTRUM. So just, yeah, keep that in mind. So, but anyway, yeah, thanks for the tip, man. That saved the whole thing. We got it all up and going. Everything's working perfectly. So, now Ian Bowen says that REFLEX is worth the investment for the money once you know how to install it. Yeah, and it's in there nice. Just don't get the Futaba and SPEKTRUM thing messing you up. And the beauty I like about it is that as long as you've got enough channels, you know, and you've got a 3-position switch right here, then it's really nice because the middle position just turns it off. And it's just nice to be able to shut it off. Up is fully wing leveling and everything. All the way down is stabilized. That corrects for wind and everything. So that's the beauty of it. And it has a default. I think it defaults if you don't have a switch at all or something. I think it just defaults to stabilization. That's all it is. And if you have a 2-position switch, I think it goes to up is like fully wing and pitch leveling, all the way down is just stabilization. So you can use it with no switch, 2-position switch, 3-position switch. It'll work with all of them. I just like the 3-position switch, especially being able to have it just off, so I don't have to mess with it. I don't have to have, because on a calm day, I'll fly the plane. In fact, most of the time I fly my planes without any stabilization built into them at all. I just don't really want any. But if you're a windy day, you're at an event, and you want the stabilization, you got it with this thing. Is good. Michael Rajka said, Rich, can you adjust the gains if you don't like the ones FMS gave you in the program? Honestly, I don't think there is an adjustment for that. If there is, then it's got to be through software, because there's no trim pots or anything on that thing. So there may be, but that's something I hadn't really looked at yet. So yeah, Rich, Michael Rajka, yeah, I got you. He just threw it at me again. Rich, can you adjust the gains? Yeah, Again, I don't know. I'd have to look at, you know, it might be a good idea is fire FMS a message about it, and I may send them one too, because I don't know if there is a gain adjustment. I didn't see one on there. And like I said, if it is, it's going to be in there. It's got to be in the software. There's got to be a way to do it there. Victor RC, sorry, I've been trying to get my Tomcat upgrade done. That's cool, man. I appreciate y'all watching. Guys, we ended up getting like 50 or 60 guys here at once, even with the snafu that we had, so I appreciate that. Let's see. Captain Mike Keller asked the same thing. Can you manually adjust the gains? Yeah, I don't know. Captain Mike Keller, off will be the position for Rich. Yeah, you're right. And in fact, the first time I fly the plane, and most days, I don't want it on there. I want to evaluate the plane, make sure it's flying right, doing what I want it to do, and then if I want some stabilization or something, I'll hit the switch or something. So. But yeah, I'll probably leave it off when I first fly it and all that. But we're going to test it. We're going to go out to the flying field, guys, tomorrow, I think, if the weather holds out. And we're going to do an AS3X, or not an AS3X. I keep saying that because it's almost the same thing. Somebody's calling me. Well, now they hung up. We're going to do a gyro test tomorrow because I want to fly this with the stabilization in it and see. Jake, get out of here. My cat's down here. We want to see how the stabilization works with this plane. Also with this airplane, as you guys saw from my very first video, it was a little pitch sensitive, okay? There's nothing wrong with the airplane. It's just the CG. CG really dictates everything with a model, with any airplane. If your CG is too far aft, it's going to be unstable, pitch and roll. So if the CG is not right, you can feel it and you can see it. And if it's not doing it, then it's all CG. A lot of people don't want to add weight, but you know what? I put the biggest battery I could in it. I'm flying it with the Spektrum, was flying it with the Spektrum 7030 CPAC 6L. Heaviest battery I have, 900 and something grams or whatever. So it's pretty heavy battery, as far forward as I could get it, and it still had a little pitch on it. So I threw some weight in the nose. I went with my standard, like 10 ounces of nose weight that I did with the first Corsair. And again, everybody thought I was nuts, but it flies beautifully there. It's all about CG. So I was flying mine, I think, at about 95 to 90. And I remember the original Corsair said 120. I flew mine at 100 and it seemed good. But now I'm flying it at like 95 to 90 or something. So ahead of this like little thing here. Watch the videos because it's all in there where I talk about it exactly. But it flies beautifully that way. With a farther aft CG and you have some porpoising going on, the flight stabilizer will help that. It basically masks that poor CG. So you never know. I might be able to back out some of the weight now with the stabilizer in it. So, but we'll see. But again, this plane flies great. Heavier planes actually tend to fly a little better. It actually increases your maneuvering speed a bit. So it's actually not a bad thing to have the weight in the airplane. These things are light as a feather. They're all made out of foam. So having some weight in them is not bad. It gives it a little more mass. When the wind comes up, doesn't knock the airplane around. So, you know, a little bit extra weight ain't gonna hurt this airplane, that's for sure. Dexter Tucker, is the replacement prop coming with a hub? Probably not, because the old hub is fine. The original hub you got is fine. It's just the blades. So if you've purchased Dexter, if you've purchased the V3 Corsair, and you need the new props, they're probably just going to send you the blades. Actually, that's what they did for me too. When they said, hey, Rich, we're sending a new prop. We just redesigned one. We're going to send you one. They just sent me the blades. I put them into the old hub, and the old hub's fine. So, you know, that's all it is just more, you know, more pitch. So Douglas Neft said, another well-done stream, even with the tech problems. You mastered it under pressure. Cool head. Well, guys, I've been in planes that have actually caught fire and landing gear wouldn't come down and all kinds of stuff like that in the real world. So little things like that happen. It's not as severe as you know it sounds, but I've had flaps not come down where we have to declare an emergency and land, you know, come in and approach at 170, 180 knots and stuff. So I've had stuff like that happen. So, you know, when you're in the workshop, it's not as scary, but, you know, people are watching it and trying to get things. You guys are really helpful. It's awesome. When you're in a big group and you got people watching, it's the people that are just watching that actually have the best vantage point, because I'm sitting there trying to work on things. I've got the stress of trying to figure it out. I got other things. I got technical difficulties. But you guys can, without any workload, watch what's going on. And you can say, hey, Rich, do this or do that. Or, you know, so you guys, it's always good to have other sets of eyes watching stuff. It's always good to have help from people. So Danny Murphy said short-nosed Navy fighters are notorious for needing lots of nose weight. Danny Murphy is right. Because remember, this thing has a Pratt & Whitney double wasp. Oh, Amy's home. Hey, baby. How you doing? Amy's there, so she's, want to say hi to everybody in TV land? They'd probably like to see it. Amy just got home, so she's going to be making me some dinner here. So, but you got to remember, this has an 18-cylinder. Be very careful. Just kind of walk around here. Just walk around. Just kind of, can you get around there? Just try not to trip over wires. If it goes dark, guys, Amy tripped on something. So here, come on over here. So, you know, this has a Pratt & Whitney. There's Amy. There's a little lag. So anyway, so Amy's here. Hey, it's your debut on camera, I think. Be careful back here because I got another one there. You're fine. But it has an 18-cylinder engine in it, the full-scale airplane. So, you know, and this airplane is foam. And there's a little motor the size of like 2 walnuts in there. So, yeah, you need some weight up there. So Danny Murphy's right for sure. See my chat log there? See, there's Amy. Hey, you want to, here, come on over here. Come back a little bit. There you go. So Amy's live, and she's on camera with me. Here, you want to sit on the chair? Here. So special guest star, no, Miss Amy. You're not going to stay? Oh, man. I just snagged my, you guys still got good audio? I might have broke something there, so. All right, well, guys, say hi to Amy. Hey, look, Renee. Oh, man, I can't pronounce that.
Hi, Amy.
Leonje. Hi, Amy. So if you guys want to say hi to Amy, this is her first real time on camera. She's been on a few things. So here, you want to sit here? No. Grab half the seat. All right, okay. All right. So what are we having for dinner?
I don't know.
All right, we'll have something here soon. Yeah, no, I figured. She's been calling me while I've been doing this. So, but you want to give me a couple minutes and I'll come on down. I'm going to answer a couple more questions and we'll probably head up. Bye, baby. Thank you. All right, baby. Be careful. Don't trip on wires and make everything go dark. All right, guys, it's a little bit of a little obstacle course of wires and things, and I'm still straightening it out. Eventually, I'm going to have 4 cameras placed in unique locations where I can film the things I want to film and show you guys. So, Leonje. All right, I think I got that right, hopefully. All right, let's see. What else do we got? Peter Williamson, where are you in the world? Because he said that his Corsair came with a reflex fitted. So you must be overseas, Peter. Let me know where you are. Because the stuff that's coming in the United States, the FMS stuff, doesn't have that reflex in there. So I don't think so. All right, Renee, you're from Panama. That's right. Okay. Ian Bowen says hi to Amy. All right, cool. We'll let her know you said that. We'll probably watch this when we have dinner, watch the rerun of this whole thing. Let's see. So, yeah, Peter, let me know where you're coming, where you're at. Because, yeah, again, it's the other countries. What's up? Okay. Is everybody staying here? Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. All right, that's good. Tell them to keep quiet. I'm kidding. All right. So, Peter, yeah, let me know where you're at. Because, yeah, it's a lot of the other countries, non-U.S., I should say, that that are going to have that reflex in there. So here, let me zoom. I'm going to move my camera. I'm going to pan it a little more this way, just a little bit. I think I'm in here somewhere. So getting close to that prop there. So hi, how's the elf? Yeah, you've been seeing that, huh? All right, let's see if I can scroll down a bit, answer some other questions. My system is idle. Radio's not getting any use there. Reflex invested. Let's see, what else? I'm looking at some prior. All right, let's see. The coolest part is how much free that crutch now is. Get my security blanket. Yeah, Captain Mike Keller said, coolest part is I'm very much free of the crutch now, and it's now my security blanket. Yeah, that must be talking about the stabilizer. Yeah. I don't like SAFE having throttle input. Yeah, I don't either. So, yeah, that's why I took mine out. Again, it's good if you throttle up, if you're close to the ground, it'll help you pitch, but yeah, I don't really want it to do that. Sometimes it thinks I want, yeah, see, that's the thing. Captain Mike Keller said this. He says he doesn't like SAFE having throttle input. Sometimes it thinks it wants to fly when I want to land. And in fact, I've actually found that with the SAFE mode and the stabilized mode in this, because every time I'm trying to land, I'm trying to get the nose down. The airplane's going, no, you can't have the nose down, and it's not letting me. it's not letting me get the nose down. So I don't really like it on when I land. Stabilization is fine. AS3X, fine. Optimized mode on this, fine. But having it controlling all that when I'm trying to land, it seems to really mess with it. So, okay. I think we covered about most things. Okay, Peter Williamson said, I'm in the UK, been talking to you. Oh, that's right. Oh, man, Peter's been trying to call me. We will talk, Peter. Don't worry. We'll talk on the phone. It's just that when you've been calling me, I've been like swamped with stuff and just haven't been in a real position to do a whole lot. So, but yeah, we'll talk. And in fact, when we talk, why don't we do it through Facebook Messenger? Because there's a phone thing we can call and we can talk through that too, just like we normally do. So, because it definitely doesn't cost anything that way. I don't know, with my regular plan, it might cost me like $2 a minute or something like that. So, anyway, let's see. How does the stand collapse for storage? That's what Renee said. I tell you what, I'm not going to do this one because the airplane's sitting on it. But here is another one that you guys can see right here. Let me switch my screen real quick so I can make sure that I'm doing this correctly. So here's how it looks, and all you do is you just literally just wiggle it and just pull this out. It just sits in there. You can see it's just got like a tight fitting, not too tight fitting, but you can see right here it just literally just pops into place. It's a very nice stand. Like I said, it's got these storage areas. It's got one here, two big ones, so you can throw your tools and tape and stuff in there. And then this just plugs right in. That's it. That's all there is to it. That's all the assembly of this. So you can break this down, take these things off of here, okay? And then you can just throw this in your car, and it doesn't take up, it takes up no space at all, really. So, and you can use this to transport the plane if you have to, but you just kind of push that back and put it in place, and it has a little bit of a wedge fit. It's like a little bit of a cone, so it's smaller at the bottom, bigger at the top. So when you push it in, it kind of tightens in there with friction. It's like a friction lock. But that's really it. Beautiful stands. Again, guys, check these out at ERNST. We're not getting any commission off of these things. They just sent me some to promo and just sort of show you guys, and they're real useful. I'm probably going to have them all over the place now with airplanes sitting on them. Like you see my DC-3 back here and everything. So they're really great stands. They're relatively inexpensive. The monster one, or the mega one, is good for a big airplane, and it's just a nice design. What I like about them too, they're made in the USA, man. There's not a lot made in the USA anymore, but ERNST Manufacturing is making these. So support a US company. I got to get a flag sticker to put on there. And they're just awesome little stands. So special thanks to ERNST for sending me these things so I can show them to you guys. They're very cool stands, and I'll be using them kind of all the way around. So let's see. Welcome to our guest. That's Douglas Knapp. Let's see. How does the stand collapse? Oh, that's right. No problems, man. Yeah, sorry. Sometimes it just gets kind of full. So anyway, let me look at my note page. I just had a bunch of notes here, stuff. I want to make sure we covered everything. We talked about the REFLEX Corsair. Let's see. Corsair V3, props old. Rafale's coming, guys. That was the other thing I want to talk about. The Rafale is coming. Let's see if my old, actually you guys have seen these already, but you know what, I'm just going to throw it up there because I can. Let's see. Oh no, I did that wrong. Hang on. You guys can't see what I just screwed up on my screen, so let me see if I can roll that on down. There we go. Yeah, let's transition that beautiful thing. Look at that. The Rafale is coming. So again, let's cycle through some pictures. So Rafale's coming. As soon as we get that going, we're pumped, man. We've been psyched. Amy's got a blue and yellow bikini and a beret to wear. So yeah, we'll get some pictures, some good pictures of the Rafale. So only here at RCINFORMER. So anyway, signing off. Larry Nye, thanks. Appreciate it. Hey guys, a couple other notes too. In addition, like I normally say, I appreciate it when you guys like and subscribe. I've been finding out lately that one of the big deals with channels really is the like button. I've just been watching channels lately. Apparently, when you hit the like button, so please, please, please like and subscribe, share our videos, hit the notification bell. The like button, the more times you guys hit the like button for me, and this is how you can help me out for free, that sets off something in the YouTube algorithm that really makes the video get propagated to more places so more people see the video. So you guys can really help me out for free by just liking, subscribing, you know, share the videos, hit the notification bell, that kind of stuff. But that like is apparently a big deal with the YouTube algorithm. So I really appreciate you guys doing all that for me. And especially using my links. I want to thank everybody for using my links in the description of most of my videos. I have thanks, Larry. We'll see you next time. Thanks for coming. He's signing off from Ireland or Scotland. But guys have been using my links to purchase, guys. I really appreciate that. It costs you guys nothing to do it. And if you guys buy an airplane that I show you, buy it anyway, you know, through Horizon, you know, through Amazon, my BitGo link, my Hobby Zone links. You guys use my links to purchase. It doesn't cost you guys a dime. At no cost to you guys, and it supports us. We get a little tiny commission, me and Steve, and it helps us pay for cameras and wires and stuff that's not working, so we can bring you guys kind of better shows and stuff. So again, check us out on Instagram, guys. We'll have that have posts daily as normal. We got a merchandise store below, merch, so if you guys want a t-shirt, hat, whatever, that supports us as well. So, but we really do appreciate it, everybody watching. We'll have more videos coming out soon. And let's see, what else? I got to get the C47 out. I'm going to get that one set up here soon. I hope to go tomorrow with it. We'll see. I got to get the stickers on it. And that's it. Now, this video has lots of links I stuck below it. So check out all the links underneath it. I got stuff for the ERNST stand, the FMS stands, all the Horizon links, all the BitGo links and the Hobby Zone links and all that stuff. So that all really supports us, and I really appreciate you guys coming. Especially for, I'll have to name these two videos, Episode 10 Part 1 and Episode 10 Part 2, because we got screwed up in the beginning, but there was good info on the props in the beginning until we had that slowdown. So, okay, Renee Leon J says, signing off, guys. Have a great flying Sunday. We'll be made my A10 tomorrow. Awesome. Renee, thanks for coming. Appreciate that. And guys, if you got any more questions, throw them out. I'm getting ready to sign off, but I want to see if anybody else has anything to throw in there or has any questions about anything that we can talk to or answer for y'all. Anything you guys got, feel free to show it. And I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to work on trying to get rid of the lag. I don't know what's causing the lag. I have a feeling it really is just my computer, but my computer's fairly high-end. I'm getting ready to get a new computer system so we don't have lag with this stuff anymore. So we can do this really lag-free. So anyway, guys, I think I'm going to sign off here. I really appreciate everybody coming. I still show 42 people here. So again, I'll make sort of a last call. If anybody wants to throw any questions, comments, concerns. I really appreciate everybody coming. I think we had about 60 some odd guys. Great show. Dexter Tucker says, what charger are you using for that 8-cell battery? Good question. That's a real good question. Give me a second. I'm going to walk over there and get it and show it to you, because that actually is a real good question. Let me tuck in my wire here. I got wires all over me. Let me grab that, because it's a very good and expensive charger actually for 8S. If you guys want something that you got a power supply for and that kind of thing. I'm almost, let's see. All right, here we go. All right, guys. This is the charger. I'm walking back into the frame. Almost knocked that over. That's not good. All right, let me go back to, I'll show you guys this thing. Let me go back here. Where was I? All right, hang on a second. Let me go back to this. Okay, here we go. This is the charger I bought for 8S. It's the only 8S charger that I have. Okay. Okay. This is something that I got, Extreme. I got this from Banggood. Okay, and there's other companies that make this. You probably find this at Amazon. It's the same charger in different cases. You probably get it at Hobby King and all that. But it's a 300-watt 8S dual, okay? And it'll charge my 8S packs pretty quickly. And it has, your 8S balance ports. And anybody wanting to fly the Corsair, guys, anybody wanting to fly the Corsair, okay, on 8S, okay, you don't have to use an 8S pack. You use 2 4-cell packs, wired together in series. So that's it. But these actually have big 8S balance leads. So it's the only thing I use 8S on, and actually I have some other planes. Actually, I do a few others. But you can see it needs a power supply. Okay, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, this thing over at Banggood was like $50 or something. It wasn't real expensive, but you gotta have a power supply. You gotta have a pretty powerful power supply to power it. But it's been working for me real well. I've had this for at least a couple years now, and I've charged a few 8S packs with it, and it seems to work well. I got these squid chargers, so that's it right there in a nutshell, folks. But there's others. There's lots of 8S chargers, and they're kind of becoming a little more prevalent because more and more guys are starting to use 8S nowadays. So, but very good question. Yeah, that's something I didn't really mention to folks. That's something that I did omit a bit. So let me throw this up here and see where we're at with questions and stuff. Let me put, all right, there we go. All right, let's see. Great show, Dexter. Okay, cheers, mate, and take care. Peter Williamson, we will talk. Don't worry. We will for sure. So I hope you're, I'm trying to make these shows at this time so you guys can watch this stuff overseas for sure. So, but anyway, guys, I think that's it. I think we're going to end it. Amy should be coming home here pretty soon. We'll have some dinner and all that. And I really appreciate everybody watching. I still got this thing plugged in. My safety's still on, so we're good to go. All right, guys, I do appreciate you watching. I'm going to let you all go. Thank you very much for coming. Please like, subscribe, share. Hit that notification bell, and please use my links below when you guys get something, as it does support us. Appreciate everybody coming for part 2. Be sure to check out part 1 if you missed it, and I'll label them here soon, just as soon as I can. So anyway, guys, once again, thanks for watching. RC Informer, and as always, guys, we'll see you next time. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, hang on. I'm still on. Ice Dragon 4632. Hello, long time since I've seen one of your streams. I've learned so much from your videos. You helped me when I got my FMS 190 A8 7 years ago. I've still got it. Still flies great. Okay. Steve Coggins said, thanks for the good show. I just wanted to answer Ice Dragon because his big message popped up at the last second. So anyway, I'm going to head out, guys. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to RC Informer. And we do appreciate you guys coming. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.